ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Free Fire MCP Majors Season 3, Day 3. Yes, it's already Day 3, and it's been exciting so far this weekend. We've had a fantastic opening Friday. We had a very interesting Saturday, and of course, on Sunday, we know this is the grand finale for this week. Joining me today is the wonderful Neptune and Horizon once again. Gentlemen, how are you doing? Let's start with Neptune.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really excited on the shift that will be happening because there have been a great shift from day 1 going to day 2 on the leaderboards, and I believe there will be another that might be happening for today.
Horizon?
I'm actually looking at another group because I was looking at specifically for, Group C. But let us see what will happen for tonight, okay? I'm very excited as well, just like you guys, I know.
Hey, so today's going to be a bit of an interesting one as well because we are going to be rotating the maps around. So unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to Bermuda, but that means for today, it's going to be a Kalahari and Purgatory day. And I know Neptune in particular, he's a big fan of Purgatory. Myself, I love watching Kalahari just because sometimes the games, it's different compared to the other two maps, right? Because Bermuda and Purgatory, they feel very similar in terms of maps, play styles as well, whereas Kalahari, you've got a lot of that verticality. Horizon, do you feel like the change in maps is going to be a big factor for some of these teams just because of the different play styles required to play them?
Yeah, definitely. And that actually, we saw that yesterday with the plays of Geek Fam and those teams that we also had yesterday. Different play styles, different maps, different utilities. I think that's what we're going to see tonight. Knowing that we have a lot of zip lines right here for Kalahari. So, I don't know. Maybe the use of utilities will be a big plus for this game.
And Neptune, you and myself included, we've seen all these teams play on every single map thus far. Are you sort of picking up on any trends with how these teams are currently playing on these maps?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to find out if there are really some changes based on the tactics, but given the map that we have right now, there will be some change, especially for the snipers who haven't really popped off on going into Kalahari. Now, for Purgatory, the reason why I love to see this because there's a lot of dynamics that can be done into this map, and the teams might, we might see some different things that will be popping up, and probably by tonight we'll be able to see a trend as what you are asking.
So let's take a look at the tournament format right now so you guys can see what's going to be happening for today. Now, we did sort of mention this a little bit earlier on. So the two featured maps are going to be Kalahari and Purgatory. Much bigger maps. We've removed Bermuda. Everyone knows how to play Bermuda, but it is one of the smaller maps of the game. And as usual, we will be starting off with groups A and B, followed by B versus C, and then finally A versus C. Now, folks, do you feel like at some point the order of the maps actually matter? Because we know some of these teams, they are so good with momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like momentum will be a factor, but going in Kalahari and Purgatory, that will be a different matter because it's unless they can switch it up that easily. But here is the point system for the game that we are about to have for tonight.
Yeah, so just a quick reminder, this is the point system we are currently running. So depending on where you finish in the match, you will also get the corresponding points, 12 being the most and 0 being the least. But of course, you can redeem yourself in placements if you get kill points. Each kill is going to equate to 1 point for your team. Now here are our participating teams, all 18 of them, and their representative groups as well. Now keep in mind, folks, these teams, we are in the league stage right now. Unfortunately, we do need to say goodbye to 6 of these teams after 12 play days. Only 12 teams are going to make it over to the grand final, which is where the big money is at. So right now, these teams are currently playing for placement. Top 12 is the most important here. And we did sort of talk about the groups in the previous days, but very quickly, let's just take a look at what these teams are sort of playing for this league stage. So we already know that we are aiming for top 12. Now, there is still a little bit more incentive for these teams, right? They've also got a little bit of a prize pool here. First place getting $2,000 US. second, third, and fourth getting 1,500 US a piece, 1,000 US if you place fifth or sixth. And then as you go down, the prize pool it slowly tapers off. But we remember, guys, top 12 is where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like this is just a bonus that they can have, but if they will be able to get the top 12, then definitely more will be taken from these games. And well, that is a good motivation as well for the league stages. So hopefully everyone from the who are not popping will be showing up right now, as we're going to see it in the recap.
Let's take a look at the standings from yesterday. So this is the overall standings, all the groups, all the teams lumped together. And as you can see, topping the charts, we have Blacklist International with 2 total booyahs and a whopping 110 total points. But not far behind, we have Geek Fam, who are actually reigning champions in the kills department. 61 kills compared to Do Easy, who are currently second place in top kills with 51. Just going off of this, we're starting to see some of these teams value placements over kill points. Now, I think we did have a bit of a discussion about this as to whether you should focus placements or kills. Horizon, I'm just going to try and remember yours off the top of my head. So you feel placement is important up until the last 2 circles. Was that your train of thought yesterday?
Yes, of course. And I'm actually looking at the players or at the teams at the number 13 and number 16 and 18 spot right here, because actually placement points will really matter. Even though they don't get a lot of kills, they will be getting a lot of placement points if they do play it safe for this next 6 games that we have, 4 games for each rather. And we'll see. Having some more additional 5-6 points plus some kills, like just 1 kill, will actually boost them up right here on the ladder.
Yeah, very true. And as we mentioned beforehand, top 12 is where the teams want to be. They want to qualify for that grand final. And the race to top 12 is still pretty tight. Teams from 12 up until, I want to say 14, maybe AKO Lagers can sort of scrape in. This is sort of the golden zone, right? The possibility of these teams taking that top 12, it's there. It really depends on whether they have a good play day or not. But Neptune, I want to sort of pivot over to your point of view. Unfortunately, I think I may have forgotten your point of view on the kills and placements, but do you have the same sentiments as Horizon, where placement is more important up until the last couple circles, or do you feel like kills from the get-go are more valuable overall?
Well, usually we see early engagement on the drops. Like, not everyone is doing that. So there's early engagement fights for the kills will matter, and then later on just focus on the placement, what Blacklist is doing. But I think there will be more surprises for the viewers apart from the gameplay that we're about to see later on.
Yes, as you can see on the screen right below us, we have a giveaway that's going to be happening later on, not yet, so calm your tatas, it's not time yet for the giveaway, but we're going to be giving away 2 Winterlands gun boxes for everyone tuning into the stream. All you need to do is redeem the code that we will be revealing later on in the broadcast, so make sure you stick around for that reveal, because you can also share that code with your friends, your family, your squad mates, everyone you know that plays Free Fire. Share that code so that everyone is going to be able to claim those lovely 2 gift boxes, because we're giving away stuff every broadcast day. Hey, so there's a reason for you to come back for great games and also our giveaways. But gentlemen, let's start discussing the point at hand, right? We've got A versus B coming up as our first matchup of the day. And if I remember correctly, we're going to be jumping into Kalahari first. Looking at these 2 groups and the teams playing in them, we know Geek Fam is part of this kerfuffle, right? This is one of the big dogs. They're currently in second place. They had a very strange start to the tournament on day 1. I think unexpected by the majority of the Malaysian fans watching. Day 2 was a bit of a comeback, although the second half of day 2 was not that great for Geek Fam. Do you feel like Geek Fam are going to sort of kick it back into gear and sort of play how they did in their opening matches yesterday as today's games?
Yeah, well, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I mean, all the fans out there. I mean, especially for those who are the viewers out there who want to see great engagement, same great tactics coming from Geek Fam. As Horizon mentioned earlier, there are a few tactics right there coming from Geek Fam that we don't see from other teams. And for the viewers out there, I'm pretty sure learning those tactics, so you can use it on your ranked game so that you'll be able to rank up in Free Fire.
Absolutely. And Horizon, I'm going to ask you a different question actually, and this is going to be more towards the revival system, right? I think season 3 is the first season that we've actually had the revival system enabled, right? We saw a lot of the revival system being utilized on day 1. Day 2, weirdly enough, we didn't see too many teams using the revival system. What do you think actually changed between those 2 days? Is it a case of just the teams camping bodies to protect those revival cards so that teams can't just get those revives off willy-nilly?
You know what? Actually, I think they have mastered how to do it, and they know how to counter it. Actually, right? Knowing that the vending machines makes this revive and as well those revival spots. I think that's the key action that they really need to focus on right now. But let's go to our game. Danelli, take it on.
Yes, game 1 is going to start right now, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 between groups A versus B on none other than Kalahari. It's time to throw it over to our wonderful casters, Horizon and Neptune. Take it away for game 1.
Games 1, 3, and 5 will be played at Kalahari, the map covered in sand, a very complex terrain where 12 teams will battle for the Booyah. The use of this map's utilities, again, will definitely increase their odds of survival. But the question is, will they be able to? Let us see here at our match 1 for day number 3. And as you can see, our plane path is from Mammoth going to confinement, and we're already seeing a lot of droppers right here. As you can see, Todax dropping points. They are far away from each other. Will that be an advantage or a disadvantage, Neptune?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. They're covering it is an advantage for them. They're covering a lot of area, and as we can see from the map, Mammoth is occupied, but going into a different field, we have a battle that's already happening. It is Overdose going and taking. Oh, Church has been taken down, and Dung in there going for the finishing shot. That is the first blood for this match, and not looking good for the side of AKO Ligers. Overdose right now is an overdose of adrenaline because they really want to take over this platform on the refinement. So, or refinery. We'll have to find out if they'll be able to do so, or will Toby Cutie and the rest of the gang be able to go and take that card and back off for the revive, or will they push and clean this out for the side of Overdose?
You know, the trend for the past 2 days that we've seen, the gameplays of this squads right here, they really want to start it high. They want to get a lot of kill points for the first phases of the game, and then later on, they're going to have for placement. But right now, we're seeing again an engagement between our Overdose Esports and AKO Ligers. One guy will be down as well. I think he's going to be thirsted just like that. Our Overdose is still complete with 4 teammates remaining right here. AKO has revived one of their teammates. Shares is already reviving right now, trying to reset for this game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move from them splitting off, but not too smart for, well, that was Toby, who has been taken out, if I'm not mistaken, but now I think he's back into play. So, yeah, I would say it's still a good move for them, despite of losing one member. Overdose, on the other hand, already have a point on their team, or for their team, and this is what makes the revive system interesting. I mean, you will be able to knock down some, and then wait for them to really revive and then add more kill points for your team. So probably that's one reason why a lot of teams are taking advantage of the revive system and waiting out those who will be coming back from the flight, so that they will get more points, especially if they know that they can overtake them. They can take them out one at a time. Not really a complete squad wipe, because they will lose that opportunity for the revive and to add up onto the points. But hopefully we'll see more of that. So earlier we've seen Bloody Heads with no one with them, and Umbrella Reborn. I think they heard the gunshots already. They are preparing, but will be backing off. They don't want to go into that early engagement, going back to AKO Ligers. So they have regrouped already with one who is a little bit far, and Niall is being shot at right now by two members of AKO Ligers. Will Niall be able to survive this blind horizon?
The problem with the position of our AKO laggers is that they're going to be sandwiched by the guys of our Todak and as well our Umbrella Reborn. But right now, they're focusing on the guys of our Umbrella Reborn. Shares is already there with Niel, and the rest of the gang of our AKO laggers are already here giving backup to Shares. And right here, I think he's just waiting for his teammates so that they can already push this one guy who's with them here at Foundation. I'm not sure if they are already aware that there are still some more guys right here from our Umbrella Reborn, and this based on what we can see right here, we are seeing a proper spread of all throughout the members of our Umbrella Reborn, and I think that will be this an advantage rather for our Umbrella Reborn. They can take our AKO Ligers from all of sides, and right now Niel just threw a nade, and I think it connected. Shares is taken down again. We might see a squad wipe coming from the squad of our Umbrella Reborn.
Yeah, I mean, this is the disadvantage if you stick together, especially with a team with that plenty of time, and they've already gathered up resources and grenade can be used. Chairs is already down once again. Toby is down as well, and Dyron's now left with Giboiwa. Will Giboiwa be able to escape? And I guess not. There goes Kaz, finishing them off, and unfortunate for AKO Ligers. I mean, we've seen them not really resting for some rounds, and I think the same happened this time, but for this time they have been taken down after the second team went against them, and this is Umbrella Reborn who was able to eliminate them. Now Kodak right now on the view, and if I'm not mistaken, earlier Overdose started off this fight against AKO Ligers, but a few of their members has been taken down and has been pinched. So we'll have to find out. I think it's Script Shots who was able to make those hits against them. And if the engagement happens once again, this might not look good for the side of Overdose.
We're at almost 6 minutes into the game, and we have seen already one squad being wiped out right here. That again is AKO Laggers. We're seeing right here our Overdose Esports with two guys taken out of the game. I think that came from our Bloody Heads, who's up on top. Our Icon is there as well. Morgana was taken down, and Dada will be right here with the guys of our Bloody Heads, popping some heads right there. And I think we're gonna see another knockdown, getting that dome out and reviving that guy from our Bloody Heads. Will Dada be able to kill this guys? I think nope, not today. That's coming from our Bloody Heads. They were able to take one kill from that squad. Script Shots, Overdose rather.
Yeah, I mean, Overdose, that was unlucky for him. He had an opportunity to go for that hit, but the revive has been done, or the pickup has been done, and he went in on a 1v2. Now, if he was able to take advantage of the pickup, and well, the time turner was there as well to block anyone shooting them, and the time turner as well from the side of Dad is a little bit off or delayed because it is outside, and he will not be able to take shots against Bloody Heads. Thus, the misfortune for the side of Overdose at that point. Now let's look into the map right now as it is about to or it is showing the next point, and it's dead center into our map of Kalahari. Umbrella Reborn is going in for fire against WTG, and WTG is in the middle of everyone else in name of Script Shots, as well as some teams who might be able to pinch them and take them down. Icon still taking the high ground, and Geek Fam slowly moving in towards Bloody Heads.
Yeah, and as what we have seen a while ago on the recent screen that we had, Geek Fam is outside of the play zone. So now they need to move towards the position of Bloody Heads, or they cannot move at all. If in case they flank to the left, there's also a squad on the left trying to move inside the circle as well. So I think they don't have any choice but to battle with our Bloody Heads right here. Shanks is right here. I think he doesn't have any idea that Oren has the sights on him, and I think Shanks will be right down just like that. Where are the other Bloody Heads? I cannot see their names right here, but I can see someone popping some glue walls right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mark right now to the rescue, but unfortunately for Mark, we have Icon in here from above. So Bloody Head has been pinned and is now hit in the corner. Mark has been taken down and eliminated in a bit, and it will be left members. Now, Geek Fam is going for the rush and trying to get some loot and avoid some of the members of Bloody Heads as well to, well, take those cards, those revive cards. And it might be an unfortunate move for the sides of Bloody Heads because they need to back off. They need to get away from this area. But I think one member of them is being shot down as well. Icon still on top of everyone else. A good view for Geek Fam as well as Bloody Heads and some of the teams who are flanking left. So Exact remains to be a distraction while the rest of the teams are moving up already on the side. And I think that was a victory who has been spotted. And well, if Exact will be able to finish off Bloody Heads right here, it will be another team taken down in this game.
Bloody Heads can actually go to the revive vending machine that we saw at the south side of this area because of the guys of our Geek Fam. They're actually covering the areas of our Bloody Heads can't actually pass through. But anyway, one guy from our Bloody Heads is again taken down, but we still have one more guy. That's why they're not being eliminated. But again, Morgana is really sandwiched right there. Man 04 is right there on his right. And the Icon, the rest of the gang, or all of the members rather of our Icon are here at the highest spot in this vicinity, definitely taking the advantage compared to all the squads right here. Second circle, second phase of the game. We're 10 minutes into the game and we've seen a lot of heads being popped right here. Two squads taken out of the game, and Geek are actually pinned down as well. If you can see right here, right? They're actually pinned down by the guys of our Icon.
Yeah, I mean, Icon is here to really catch up. Looking at the points, I mean, the overall standings from day one, they fell from top to middle of the pack. So I think they really need to catch up, and they won. They felt already they already felt the feeling, that moment that they are on top, and I think they want to revive that for now. And there you go. Oh, Man of 4 has been taken down, and Icon still not stopping on taking out Geek Fam from this fight. Grenade has been thrown, and the rush is on. Pia's right now with the rest of the team. Flame and Juan will be going for the pinch, and here we go. Backstab being done by Pios inside that time turner, and another takedown has been done. Geek Fam really is pinned down and nowhere to go, and I think those boxes will be waited on by Icon, preventing Geek Fam from taking the revive.
This is an all-out war, but they only have 20 more seconds before the blue zone covers them up, and Geek Fam can't revive their players anymore. Oren is going to be taken out of the game, will be wiped out right here, back to lobby, but we still have 3 more members remaining for our Geek Fam, and let us see if they'll be able to go outside of that area with the guys of our Icon. But right here on the other side is our H2G, popping some heads as well, but again, it's outside of the play zone, so they're going to be pressured later on.
Oh, Shadow has been taken down in there, and a good comeback coming from Script Shots. Now the question is, how will they respond to that fight? And I think JC also spotted a few members of Geek Fam right now, and they are now thinking, how are we going to get into the next circle with one on the right, one on the left? And I think the decision that they have is to take down Script Shots or probably flank them far on the right. Now here comes Elira going in, slowly moving in for this flank. Hopefully they will not be spotted that easily, and as the circle, as the safe zone closes in on them, they are going for the long flank, but Parin might have them spotted and might be taking shots, but no backup will be coming from Script Shots just yet. They need to cover the back of Parin, and Parin and Aris might be battling it on this moment.
The problem with the positions that they're taking right now, they can be spotted by the other guys right there on the other side. And H2G is being spotted by Paren, just like what you mentioned a while ago. Alira taking some shots coming from Paren again. From Script Shots, Rose, excellent. Shahid for our Script Shots. One guy's down and might be taken out of the game. Let us see. The circle will now close in, and it has shifted at the east side of our last circle. As you can see, our Script Shots might go for the squad wipe. I think they are really thirsty for some more kills. They already have 2 kills right here. Our Todak and as well our Icon are now battling in that house, and will with squad wipe. Todak having 4 kills. I think they were able to take out all of the guys of our Icon.
I mean, Todak is really on fire from the previous days that they are playing, from previous matches they have been playing, and I think now Icon, who had an advantage against Geek Fam earlier on, I think they lost their advantage, and being eliminated really really took out the chance for them to really recover from their placement. We'll have to find out. Now, on the other side, we have Script Shot. Rose has been taken down. Aaron is trying to take down against Orange Esport rival. And let's see, this is two teams that they're going against. If we rush this on and the finishing one squad will be a smart move while the rest will try to hide off. Now, Hard to Get has been eliminated already and is now fight. And Script Shots will not be resting just yet because Orange Esports is right there next on them.
It is actually fortunate as well for our Orange Esports because our Script Shots was actually busy with our Hard to Get, and now they were able to creep in inside the circle. But the problem is, again, they're still at the outskirts of the circle, and it's actually open when they go inside, so it's gonna be a problem again. Script Shots being shot at as well by our Orange Esports, and I think we'll see another squad wipe coming here. Seven teams remaining. Script Shots is already out of the game, and Deckers is taken down as well by our Umbrella Reborn with 4 kills already registered under their name.
Good vulturing system in here coming from Umbrella Reborn. Oh, Niel right now going in for the rush against Jabat, and there goes the pinch, trying to block them off of their exit. And there goes the one being taken down, and Orange Esports eliminated in this game. We're now left to 6 kills as well for the side of Umbrella Reborn. They really waited it out. They didn't really give any shots just yet when they saw the teams fighting it off, and that moment when they had the opportunity, they just rushed in. Well, apart from being pushed by the zone, they just rushed in and took those kills. The question is, who else will be eliminated at this point? And I think Morgana is just hiding out. This is the OG tactics that we have, especially when you're a lone wolf for your team. Morgana will just wait and see. And will he be able to take the placement? That is the question. Hopefully WTG will not be able to spot him because that is a 1v4 situation if it happens. But on the other side, we also have Eastern Wolves gang who might be spotted by this team. Now, Geek Fam, on the other hand, Exact is being surrounded by Zodak, and Zodak right now might be able to eliminate Exact. And there goes Grenade being hit, Exact, and here comes a rush. Oh, and will be hit from the other side. And let's see. There goes another kill, and Sign GG also eliminated on this point. Oh, finally, Bloody Head has been spotted and will be taken down. We are now left to 4 Horizon.
That was a close one for that guy from our Todak. He was about to kill the Geek guy, but then again, he was taken down. But right now, WTG's right here being pressured by the blue zone as well. And Todak is as well pressured by the blue zone. But let us see who will be more advantageous right here. WTG just went inside the circle, but they were spotted by another squad. Todak is right here. WTG's already eliminated out from the game. And right now, we're seeing some God level battle right here. Todak against our Umbrella Reborn, and will we see a squad wipe? Nope! I thought he was gonna clutch that one, but then again, he was outnumbered, and our EWG are now moving in to the location of our Umbrella Reborn.
Umbrella Reborn not looking good. Grenades are being thrown at him. Ipanza, I think, is the only one aiming at this point. Monita right now will be rushing in on the other side. Manchai will also secure this area on the left. And here we go. Let's see how will they respond. Rush is on, and it's by Ipans, and we'll see Manchai on the other side. Grenade will out first, and there you go. Back. Gunshot coming in, but Manchai will be taken down. Monito, the only one remaining, and there you go. Umbrella Reborn taking the first booyah on this day number 3.
Sitting at 13th spot yesterday, definitely they will come out on top right here for our day number 3 with this booyah that we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start for Umbrella Reborn. We've seen them pop off from previous days, but this time, I mean, smart tactics. They really waited on, and they really waited on for the opportunities, and those opportunities was not missed by Umbrella Reborn. They are really doing it smart, and hopefully smart moves just like this will continue on to bring them up onto the leaderboards. That's what you mentioned. They are coming from 13th place, and this will be a good addition to their points and move them up and securing probably a top 12 to be able to stand on to the grand finals. But looking at the highlights right now, I mean, a lot of great engagement has been seen, and some unfortunate events as well, especially for what happened earlier from the side of AKO Ligers, wherein they are trying to survive after the first engagement, but for the second battle against Umbrella Reborn, they have been taken down with no choice but to run.
You know what I have noticed here at Kalahari? When the battle started, when one guy was taken down, it was a continuous taking down of all the players. It was a non-stop battle. We have seen a ceasefire at I think it was the 5th circle, because the circle is yet gonna move in. And then after that, it continued a mayhem of battle we've seen for the seven phases of the game. And again, man, I think that 13th spot that our Umbrella Reborn is holding will now be, again, what we've mentioned a while ago with the discussion. The 12th spot is really a tight spot for all these people. Again, having a lot of kills here and also a lot of placement points. I think our Umbrella Reborn will really be inside that number 12, that lucky 12 that we have for these games.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why that happened, you mentioned about the continuous, like the snowball of engagement that has been happening, is probably because of the verticality of the map. But let's see. It's probably just me, but let's find out what Danelli has to say about this game.
I had to quickly look at the brackets because I wanted to see where Umbrella Reborn was, right? They're in 13th place to start the day, and you've gotten a booyah right off the bat. I think if anything, the team is going to be so happy with themselves because that booyah and all those points they got from kills is going to propel them up. I want to say maybe, to be safe, 8th place, which is a pretty good place to be in, right? Like you're not at risk of being eliminated just off of that one good play. But the question is this going to actually keep up for Umbrella, right? Because we saw them play fantastic on day 1. Day 2 was a bit not really an Umbrella Reborn day, unfortunately, yesterday. So hopefully this is going to be a bit of a redemption time for this team to get those points back, because consistency is the name of the game so far for Umbrella. But seriously, that last engagement, fantastic. I love that they basically just deleted Manchai with one grenade, right? Like they were trying to go for the flank and Umbrella was like, nah, bruh. And then the grenade just knocks him out. And the game was basically over, right? Because having 2 players in that sort of position, you've got 2 angles of attack, and if they weren't able to get rid of Manchai, that means they could just completely focus on the engagement on the upper hill, which was only 1 player left anyway. They were trying to go for the revive, and it was a very risky revive as well. I think it would have actually gone off if the grenade didn't go off, but game's over, Umbrella's won, and we've got another game that's going to be happening very soon. But here are the standings for that match. Umbrella Reborn with a wonderful 25 points. They've got to be so happy with them after this. E-Wolves gang, though, this is a team that's also been impressing me thus far. 14 points after that round. Todak able to also tie with E-Wolves with 14 points as well. Then we have WTG Expert. Anything you want to add after looking at the standings, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised of the placement of Icon, because earlier they are doing good in the start of the game. They were able to take out Geek Fam, but looking at the position of both those teams, Geek Fam has more of they have the same points, but more of the advantage in there. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. I was expecting Icon to really pop off and try to catch up to what they've done for day 1, but it really didn't happen. A lot of teams are trying to stop doing that.
Let's take a look at the player data as well for this round. As you can see, our MVP is going to be Kaz from Umbrella Reborn with 6 kills to his name and 1,627 damage. But iPens, hello, 3,125 damage. He's also got 6 kills, but whoa, that guy went off today. Then we have Spark in 3rd place with 3 kills and 1,380 damage. And then finally, we have Icons Mios with 3 kills and 1,677 damage. But iPans, this guy really overperformed for Umbrella Reborn. He really did the damage. We had this question yesterday, right? Like, is anyone going to be able to break past to 3.5k damage, and I think it's possible. We've started to see a lot of these players able to hit that 3k mark easily now.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you look at the stats, that was 6 kills come from IPANs, and we've seen 7 from previous matches. So if that happened again, and like a lot of damage, especially for those who are like the rusher type, they will be able to hit 3.5k in one match. But we'll have to find out then.
Yeah. Well, for one, it's the big body of water dividing the main islands of Purgatory, and also those when it comes to size, I think it's bigger compared to the other two
Way bigger.
maps that we've seen, and the 3,500 damage might be utilized right here, since we have seen some revives happening. People dropping at the revival vending machine and utilizing it after they get knocked down. But the problem is that after being revived, apparently you don't have any guns with you. That's why you have to loot again, maybe your box, and try to survive while looting. So it's still let's wait and see what will happen on this game number 2 again at Bermuda.
And Purgatory.
Purgatory.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It would be a bit insane to just revive and have your entire stock of weapons on you on hand, right? So I think you got to balance it somehow, and I think that's the best way that you could really do it. But Purgatory, it's going to be very exciting. We haven't had a water circle yet, have we? One where teams have to take a dip. We've had one where the teams had to play around a body of water, but not
Yeah.
in water yet.
Yeah, and that's why this map is my favorite, and I just want to see that how tactical will they be on those gunfights.
All right, let's jump into our second game of the day for teams in groups A versus B. This time on Purgatory. My wonderful casters Neptune and Horizon, please take it away for game 2.
Thank you very much, Danelli. And here we go. The flight is onto Purgatory, neither heaven or hell. But the question is, who will be left hanging in there, waiting for their chance to go and take up their points in this game? Now, this is match number 2. And Horizon, like to find your thoughts. Now, looking at the plight fat right now, do you think there will be any teams who might be dropping off at the same spot as we've seen previously?
Based on the trend that we're seeing for the past games that we've already had, man, I think they might drop together again. And as you can see, Script Shots is near the guys of our Umbrella Reborn. Todak is again there, just sitting right in the corner of Lamberville, and I think it's gonna be a long game for them since nobody's with them right now. But Geek Fam is very near their spot, and I think some first engagement we'll see at Brasilia. As you can see, Hard to Get is there to get with the guys of our AKO Ligers. You know what? AKO Ligers, they always drop at the middle of our map. For the past game at the Kalahari, they dropped at I think that's Refinery, and right now they
Yeah.
dropped here at Brasilia, where they're having an engagement as well. But right now WTG is right here with the guys of our EWG, and I think both squads doesn't have any yet weapons, and I think there you go. This guy has a secondary gun, but I think he will not be able to push right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still looking forward to see WTG really pop off, but given it's Eastern Wolf Gang, who are going against them right now, it might be very difficult. But I think they just need to get their momentum going. So far, they ended up yesterday on 17th spot, so WTG probably just need a great motivation to be able to go against this team and probably take a good amount of kills as well as a good placement. But if they will not be able to evolve and adapt to what's happening right now within these matches, they might be stuck in there in the bottom half of the leaderboards. No shots has been fired from the side of Yonzla just yet, and it's Eastern Wolves gang who's giving pressure to this fight. Oh, apart from, there goes the push, and there you go. Kilsla has been taken down and being left out in there. Monito was taken down as well, and Crane will just get back against Monito. Now EWG is going in for the rush, finishing off those few members for the side of WTG, and Manchai right now is a little bit too far. I think is in the chase, so hopefully he will not be pinched and he will not be taken down that easily.
We are not seeing any revive machines right here, and definitely these guys will not be able to revive their fallen teammates. But the problem with the position of our WTG a while ago is that they were pinned down at that one warehouse, and right now No Name going out in the open was shot by Mankai of our EWG right here, going back, regrouping with his teammates. I think they will want to flank out, but right now WTG is properly covered. But the problem is, again, they might be pinned down yet again. But right now, Umbrella Reborn is right here with the guys of our script shots. Rose is being pushed right here by the guys of our Umbrella Reborn, but Paren and Jumblu is right there at the left of Rose, and I think they will try to flank out. They will try to go to the backside of our Umbrella Reborn, and will we see a good flank coming from the guys of our script shots? Let's wait and see.
Yeah, waiting and looking right now. There's a flank that has been that is being done right here, but it's a good position for the side of Umbrella Reborn. They have already regrouped, and Error right now. He has used a time turner and was able to block off some of those shots. Unfortunate for him, there might be some from above who might be taking shots against them. And Error, he has been spotted. I think the goal for Error is to flank and get information while the rest of the teams just regroup in that area, in that compound. But it is not it's not working that well because Error has been spotted. But I think the shots against Jumblo will throw them off. Script shots right now is in there, was able to go in for those shots, but one has been taken down, and the flank has been done already. Now going in, Umbrella Reborn is in a fight, and they are trying to block off this area. Niel is already stuck in that fight, and no chance to be revived just yet. And there you go, Parent finishing them off. Script shots has an opportunity to finish and clean out Umbrella Reborn, but on the other side, WTG has been eliminated already. As jumping in and trying to take shots, will not be able to make it, and only one remaining for Umbrella Reborn, and hopefully Error will be able to survive and live this off.
I'm not sure Error will survive because three guys are already pushing him, but there you go. Nice try, but bye-bye for you. Umbrella Reborn top 11 right here for this game number 2. I think, oh man, for our game number 1, they were at number 1 spot, but right now they're at number 11, and I don't think they had any kills right there. But wow, what happened right here? We're seeing one only guy for our Orange Esports, AKO Ligers, having an engagement as well with the guys of our Geek Fam. One guy last, Zach, is taken out of the game. Geek Fam is eliminated.
That was a good play in there. I mean, there's only one member remaining. It was Churs, who is often being taken down early. He is the last person to be taken out and was able to clean out Geek Fam and revive all 3 teammates. Still 4-man strong for the side of AKO Ligers, and 4 points as well. Now on the other side, Hard to Get is not playing hard to get. They are really rushing in, and we'll have to find out if this team that they are going against will be able to survive and get away from the clutches of Hard to Get.
This is the problem with Purgatory because of the vast body of water that's dividing these islands. Is you have to use some vehicles, and the problem with that is if ever some guys are gatekeeping you, and that's what happened with our Bloody Heads. Our Hard to Get is right here with these guys, and most likely they're gonna be pinned down as well. I'm not sure if they'll be able to go outside of this area, but Shanks is right there using just glue walls, and I think if they don't have any more glue walls, they might be killed right here. And there you go, Mark is right here trying to rebut with the guys of our Hard to Get, but I think Hard to Get, I think this is a turnover of events. Let us see, H2G is now pinned down, and the guys from our Bloody Heads are actually covering all of the open spaces of our Hard to Get.
Yeah, I mean, Hard to Get right now is a good opportunity right there, especially for side of Shadow, but it's utilities that have been used by Bloody Heads Bloody Heads is doing a great job trying to throw off, trying to push off the team of Hard to Get, but one has been taken down from their side. Now I think they will take advantage of this opportunity. And Mark right now is on the far right, while the rest of the teams are in the middle, and Shadow is still trying to fight them off. Harris is already knocked down. Morgana will try the vehicle gameplay. Will that work against Hard to Get and probably take out some of, or probably take a rest from this fight and go in for the revive for the rest of the teams? And Mark and Morgana, I believe, will be the two remaining members of Bloody Heads, but with their position, they might be pinched earlier on this fight. Now, going back to AKO, an additional one kill has been added to this scene. The question is, who else will they be targeting as they go near to Hard to Get at this moment?
I think they're firing right now with the guys of our Hard to Get. This is AKO Ligers again. And the problem with the position of our Hard to Get, they're now sandwiched by two squads. But the good thing right there is that our Bloody Heads has only two guys remaining based from what we've seen a while ago. But our AKO Ligers right here has the momentum. They have 5 kills already, and I think they are still hungry for some more kills. But right now, Morgana is right here with the guys of our Overdose Esports. And again, they are outnumbered. Overdose Kimiosa, Achap is or are covering or sandwiching the guys of our Bloody Heads. But the problem with, again, the position of our Overdose icon is just right around the corner, but it's still our second circle right here, and they are still inside our safe zone.
Yeah, I mean, just need to find out how they position themselves, especially for the side of Bloody Heads. We have Hard to Get right now on the other side of this area. We have Hard to Get right here, just near Bloody Heads and near the waters. And I think this is a good position for them. Is anyone who will try to cross, if any, will be sighted, and there's also at the edge or near the edge of the safe zone. Icons will be passing them by, as well as Orange Esports. The question is, will there be engagement between these two? No, I believe it will be on a different team, and it is Eastern Wolves Gang who will be shut down or being gunned down by Icon right now. And like what I mentioned earlier, Icon really wants to go in and take those points because they want to be back on top of the leaderboard, but that is not that quickly be achievable because Eastern Wolves Gang is taking one of their teammates down.
This is a good position for our EWG, but the problem is Icon is already pushing in. I think they're not gonna stop, and we'll see a mayhem right here. There you go. Flame is already here again. God-level movements coming from this players right here. One guy last for our Icon. That is Flame with 2 kills right here. Will we see him squad wiping the guys of our EWG? I think not. There's still 1v1 situation. Who will come out alive? And that is our Icon, which will be able to revive 2 more of his teammates right there at the edge of the play zone.
Well, Icon Flame is really on fire. I mean, he was in there, going in solo, going in, well, not really YOLO, but he knows his position, he knows what to do, and there you go. Another fight is happening for the side of Shots and Dodak now, who will emerge victorious in this game. We have Pedro right now going in and throwing a grenade in there, and grenade and glue walls alternately, but Aaron will be taken down. Dodak is a force to be reckoned with as they go in one at a time, and it's only 1v1, but pickup will be done. Now will Shots be able to go for pickup as well? No! Pedro, a little bit too quick in there, eliminating script shots, but unfortunate for them, there's only 2 members remaining, and they are in the middle of everyone else, and nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The only thing that they can do is wait.
You know, for a while, I was actually nervous for our Todak because, you know, with the revive, it took him time to revive that guy. But then again, he was able to swiftly revive him. That's why he had this more firepower against that last guy of our script shots, and that's why they were eliminated. But anyway, again, AKO Ligers are still inside the circle, but they want to move to another location, and that I think because they want to move outside of the circle, or maybe at the edge of the circle, because or maybe right here they're giving back up to their teammates. Icon is right here with the guys of our AKO, and I think our Icon has two more guys remaining, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's two more guys for side of Icon, and this is one thing about this map. This is one thing I like about this map. It's the vast areas, and once you get stuck outside of the safe zone, running in will be a bit difficult because of how huge this map is. Now, I think that's what happened to Icon. It is Man and Flame. The only two members remaining will be, well, gate kept by AKO Ligers. They're the only team who are really inside of the next safe zone, apart from TDK and Overdose, who is close to them. Now, Hard to Get is also making their way, and Overdose. Oh, I thought Overdose was distracted by a different team for the sides of Bloody Heads, but I had that wrong. Hard to Get has been spotted and might be flanking against Overdose, leaving those on the outside an opportunity to get in onto the next safe zone.
The only squad who was inside the circle a while ago is AKO Ligers, and the final circle is again in the open. The thing that you said, vast gameplays right here, gameplay area, and it's actually in the open. It's very hard to push, and the only squad who has cover from walls with the compounds is our AKO Ligers. But let's wait and see. H2G is here, and they are at the brink of the play zone. But the problem is again they cannot go inside much more, because again, it's an open area. Only AKO Ligers is inside, covered by walls, and let's wait and see how will our 6 teams or 5 teams remaining be able to go inside that very open area.
Yeah, and here we go. We have AKO Ligers right now. Now, when we thought it is a good position because they have a wall, they're stuck. They're stuck because the moment that safe zone changes and they are pushed into a different location, they will be gunned down by a lot. The other team has been eliminated already. We're down to 5 teams remain. Icon is still being gunned down by AKO Ligers, and Flame will be taken down, and Icon will be eliminated, but not by AKO. That is by Todak on the other side. So I guess the information has been relayed already for side of AKO that Todak is in there waiting. Overdose being gunned down by Hard to Get and getting a little bit too close for comfort. Will they be able to rush and also eliminate this fight or this team? And they are being thrown by Shadow. Shadow right now is moving in and regrouping with his teammates, and Overdose might be just weighted by all the teams. They are making a lot of noise, and all the focus are already on them.
Nasty last circle we have right here. No one is inside it yet because it's actually in the open, and the one you mentioned a while ago, AKO Ligers, is actually pinned down. You have said it and predicted it. H2G is here taking the guys of our AKO Ligers. Shares is taken down by the guys of our H2G and might as well be taken out by the other guys in the vicinity. Shadow is right here with Alira and Aris. JC's revived right now, and they would want to move inside. Glue walls, we are going to see a lot of blue walls right here for the last circles that we have. There you go, reviving, and taken out of the game just like that. They were taken from all the sides, different angles coming from Todak, and as well AKO Ligers is eliminated. We're seeing a 4v3 situation between our H2G and our Todak, and will we see a Booyah coming from our Todak, or will it be for our H2G?
I will have to find out how well will they play. Pedro's already down. H2G, Hard to Get, playing Hard to Get, not really going in for that push, and hopefully they have all the utilities, especially the blue walls that we talked about. Hard to Get situation. Oh, another takedown, and another Sparkle is the only one remaining, and there you go. Kodak eliminated, and the Booyah goes to Hard to Get.
Wow, a very nice performance coming from our Hard to Get. They were outside of the play zone, and then they were just creeping in, and there you go. They just clicked all of the guys who are inside, and there got the booyah for this game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like day number 1. Hard to get really popped off from day number 1, and I think this is their chance as well to do more. Now, if they'll be able to repeat or do a repeat on all of the matches that they'll be playing, well, no time at all, they will be moving up further onto the leaderboard. Currently, or from yesterday, they are on 7th. So with this booyah, and also how close it is for the rest of for some of the teams on that part of the leaderboard, it will really move them up from that ladder. And I mean, I love to see other teams, different teams go and take the booyah and also go into engagement. I've yet to see some of the teams like those from the bottom half of the leaderboards to really pop off. AKO Ligers has already been doing that, but I mean, it's already trying and doing that, but unfortunate for them, they always go for the back-to-back engagement. So hopefully those engagement will be won and they will be able to get better at those taking up the placement as well as the kill point. And now for Umbrella Reborn, like I mentioned, we've seen them earlier in this on the first fight. They were able to take the booyah, but unfortunately for them, they really didn't end up that much on this map. So Todak is still one of the consistent teams who are doing well match after match. It's just unfortunate that the manpower from hard to get just overtook them.
Actually, it's also Todak that I was looking at, because they were actually would want to get a booyah out of these 2 games, because based on what happened right here, on game number 1, they performed, or they top 3, and for this one they top 2. And considering that they have kills, what do you think, Danelli? Will our Todak take this number 1 spot away from our blacklist, or because I've seen them perform so well?
I think the possibility is there, but they really need to have one solid game to really solidify the chance of that happening, because it's like, I don't know, sometimes I'm a bit worried about Todak, because there's a level of consistency where it's like, okay, you're consistent, but you're not going above and beyond in one of these matches. And it's really you need 1 or 2 of those games, right, to actually solidify a top 3 position on the leaderboard. So Todak are very strong contenders, yes, but I want them to be able to, I mean, this game wasn't too bad, right? Like they ended with a pretty high score this round. I want more games like this. Yes, you can finish 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I don't care about your placement. You got to solidify it with those kills. I think that's where Todak might be lacking in some of their games. But enough about what I think, because I know you two are probably going to have a lot more to say than me. But it looks like we've reverted back to day 1, where we're not really looking at domination from the top dogs yet. But then again, we've only played our first 2 games of the day. But I find this interesting because we haven't really seen any one team just crush the competition, right? We're not really looking at just that. I think it was during last season, it was Group B? Group C? It was one of those groups, right? It was like whatever group that team was going up against, they would crush them. And it was everyone in that group that was 1, 2, 3, 4 on the leaderboard. But we're not seeing that here. We're looking at a lot of mixes, a lot of matchups. But let's take a look at the standings very quickly after our second game of the day. So for hard to get, they end with 22 kills on the board. Some much needed points for this team, as I think starting the day they were sitting in 8th place. So going to move themselves further up that leaderboard. Todak finishing with 17. This is a good score to end with. I would love to see more of this from Todak. AKO Ligers also showing signs of life, ending the round with 14 points. Overdose finishing the round with 13, Icon with 11, and Scriptshots with 9. On the other side of the leaderboard, Orange Esports end the round with 7 points, Bloody Heads with 5, E-Wolves Gang 5 as well. Geek Fam unfortunately finished the round with 3 points. This is not something that you would be expecting from a team such as Geek Fam. WTG Expo unfortunately end the round with 1, and the biggest team to really lose at this round, Umbrella Reborn, with nothing at all. But let's take a look at the overall standings, folks, to see where everyone has climbed. And Todak, they're there. They are there. So, but the thing is, can they stay there? Because they played their 2 games. They have to compete with Blacklist, and Blacklist haven't played yet.
Yeah.
So these next 2 games for Todak, if anything, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on them. Can they compete with Blacklist, or is Blacklist going to take that first place away from them?
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a consistency really from the teams. We have already seen some of the teams who are really doing good, probably more than most of the teams that are playing from each group. And Todak is one of them. Now, it's no surprise that they were able to go on number 1. But like what your question, will Blacklist let them stay there? Now, another theme, despite of their placement, especially in the previous match, is Geek Fam. So they're number 2, and all they have to do is just stick to their, well, not really stick, but stick to the consistency of going in for kills, more kills, and a better placement this time.
I think a lot needs to sort of go right for Geek Fam, because I think they started the day with 103 points. So since then, they've only picked up 9 points from these 2 rounds, which, if you're a Geek Fam fan, or a Geek fan, I don't know how you want to call yourselves, if you're a Geek fan, you want them to be in first place, but you don't want them to have 2 games and only accumulate 9 points. But enough about the top dogs. They're still fighting for the top spot. We've also got people fighting for that top 12 spot, and it looks like Axis are going to solidify their position in top 12 with 78 points. Now, Script Shots, they're not quite there. AKO Liger's not quite there. It's still reachable, but they kind of need Axis to mess up, but they also need to have a really good round themselves. As for our player data, though, we've got Jay-Z and Shadow from Hard to Get topping the player data chart. Jay-Z with 2,266 damage and 5 kills, whereas Shadow got 2,341 damage and 4 kills. On the other side, it's Todak domination. We've got Ames and Pedro, 2,300 on the side of Ames, and Pedro with 1,300, both with 4 kills apiece. But there's actually a little bit of a difference here, right, between the top DPS. So for Hard to Get, they're not looking at one person that's doing all the damage. And I feel, for me, I like teams that have talent that's spread across the board. Personally, I feel that it's good to have that one player that can just dish out damage after damage. But what happens if your damage dealer gets knocked out, is the first person eliminated on the team, and you can't get a revive off? Like, what happens then? Whereas if you have a team that's got equal talent, then it's like, okay, I mean, we've lost this person. We can still try to get the revive off, but we've got someone else that can sort of take over that damage role. I'll start with Neptune. Like, what do you feel about some of these rosters fielding a very talented player, and then other rosters with a more evenly distributed talent?
Yeah, I mean, from the previous season, wherein there's no revive, that will be a huge problem. We've seen that so far a lot of times, actually. When you take down, and they know how to target and who to target from that team, and then that team will already go out. And but this time with the revive, there's still some chance, but it's still a possibility. But apart from that, I know there's a lot more of talking regarding that, but I just want to point out what's showing at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, it is our giveaway. Now, it's not time to do the giveaway yet. We will be giving this away later on, but if you claim the upcoming code, you'll get 2 Winterlands gun boxes. Yes, this is a gift from Garina and us to you, so make sure you stick around and watch the broadcast, because that code is going to be coming up very soon. Horizon, I'm going to pivot over to you. I kind of want to hear your thoughts about teams that have a spread in damage dealers, and then other teams that have this one main damage dealer. What do you kind of feel about this?
You know what? Actually, this damage comes from positioning. When they have a good position, they can actually deal damage to a lot of different people in the vicinity, and taking a higher spot compared to other teams, definitely you're gonna take some damage from a lot of different spreaded people all throughout you. So I think when it comes to damages, you have to really know and to give props to the in-game leader again for where you're gonna position. What do you think?
Now, I have to agree, right? Because at the end of the day, every team has a captain, and that captain is the one that is going to coordinate or orchestrate the fights. They decide, okay, we go in together, we're going to split, we're going to go 2-2, or if you're really ballsy, you go 1-1. But speaking of ballsy, though, we're going to jump into our next matchup of the day. It's going to be teams in groups B versus C now, and we're going on to Kalahari. We're back into the desert. Gentlemen, I'm going to throw it over to you for our third game of the day.
All right, match number 3 again will be played at Kalahari, the map covered in sand. And who will dominate this one? Let us wait and see. This is week 1, day 3 for MCP Major Season 3.
Yeah, I mean, jumping back onto those platforms are really, and as well as like the sandy lands, it's good visuals from some teams, especially those on staying from above. And because of those verticalities, as what you mentioned earlier, there's tendency to really snowball on the gunfights because you already know where most of the teams are coming from or going in, and so I'll have to see if that will happen. But speaking of happening, another thing is happening right here. Beta Esports going in Geek Fam, and 2 down already for the side of Beta Esports. Beta Esports not looking good, and if I'm not mistaken, this is not a good spot for Beta Esports. We've seen them gunned down and taken out on this area of the map, especially on Kalahari. The question is, will they be able to turn it around and survive at this game?
Geek has 1 confirmed kill already, and that again came from our Vete Esports. Will we see a squad wipe coming from our Geek Fam? But then again, it's Vete's first game for tonight, and I think they're still warming up. Let us see how our 3 remaining members from Vete Esports will try to deflect the push of our Geek Fam. 2 guys already taken down, and they are being chased by the guys of our Geek Fam. Damon trying to run away from that guy, and Vete Esports unfortunately is taken out of this match number 3. Again, their first game for tonight, and they have to later.
Yeah, it is not ending well for Beta Esports, especially when they go against a Geek Fam. And if I mentioned it earlier, I think this is the same place where they lost this battle against Geek Fam. So Geek Fam already knows, or probably both teams already know their drop point, especially on this map of Kalahari, and it's just a matter of who drops first and get all those utilities before going in for the gunfight. And unlike other members or other teams like Icon, they have been, and I really don't have that much data on the drop points just yet, but I think this is mostly the drop point for Icon, and it's always on them. Like Solo or the team has plenty of time and chance to gather up their resources in this area of the sub. Now, looking at the view there, it's a little bit spread out for most of the team right now. It's only Beta Esports and Geek Fam who probably has a grudge against each other on that area. They just wouldn't stop it. They just have to prove who's the better team, and so far Geek Fam is proving it just right there. And I have to see if it will be a turnaround probably in the next match coming from Beta Esports. I'm still looking forward to how well Beta Esports will be able to turn this around and show us what Beta really means.
Right here, you've seen our Do Easy participating for this match number 3. And again, as far as I remember, Do Easy was very aggressive for the past games that we had yesterday. But right now, we have our WTG right here on their vehicle, and they might move towards the position of our Umbrella Reborn. Again, there are 2 squads at the vicinity of our Umbrella Reborn, and they might be shot down right there. WTG is right here with our ITX, and Cops is taken down and will be taken out of the game just like that. Shooks with 1 kill for the squad. ITX is dominating this area, and they're now going to push that one guy most likely. And there you go, just went outside, and there you go for the glue walls, giving some god level movements right here again. Will we see a clutch right here? 4 guys remaining for our ITX, and again, for that other squad, they had 1 casualty already.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate. Well, I'm not saying that it's unfortunate that WTG has already lost 2 members. It's just unfortunate that those who ended up at the bottom two yesterday are the ones fighting. So, like, either way, they will be losing out on this fight. And there you go, Preen just tried to go in for that rush. Oh, good enough for no name that he was able to survive that drop and will be able to pick up a Preen right here. But I think Spade will have a chance to go in for the flank and probably turn this around for the side of Do Easy. Now, Do Easy moving up against a No Name and another member in here of WTG. Hopefully, they are grouped together and will be able to back each other off. Now, speaking of backing off, I think Umbrella Reborn, there's no backing off from this fight against Overdose, and Overdose has already lost one of their teammates. And will Umbrella Reborn show us once again how aggressive they are, and will they be able to get back on that Booyah card?
Error was just revived just a few moments ago, and I think he doesn't have any yet loots to battle with the guys of our Overdose. But right now, having 1 kill for our Overdose Esports, that's Dada. I think the momentum will continue, but let's wait and see. But Umbrella Reborn Epans is being shot at by Pin, and Kaz is as well being shot right here by Razy of our Overdose Esports. And but then again, but based on the position of our Umbrella Reborn, they can actually have that advantage covering all the guys of our Overdose. They have to push to one side, but then again, our Overdose are occupying a higher area compared to them, and that is an advantage that they are utilizing right now. Umbrella being shot at from all angles right here in this vicinity. Foundation is the way to go, but he's shot down right there with that jump shot coming from the guys again of our Umbrella.
Yeah, Umbrella Reborn doing a great job regrouping and really rushing in all at once. There's no chance that to go in and split off because there is more opportunity to be able to eliminate a team if they stick together. And here comes Yell going in for the backstab, but Dada will be able to survive with only a few HP. Yell right now is in there going in, and the elimination will be done by Kaz and their Umbrella Reborn back on the horse, going and taking all those kills. Now we are seeing right now Blacklist International moving in on those vehicles, and where they're going, that is the question. Will they be going against a team or just trying to get a better position? And on the other side, we have Icon right now going in against WTG, and 1 member will be taken down. So far, 10 teams remaining. 2 teams has been eliminated. How will this end? The question is still a big question.
You know, even though the sub is at the outskirts of this Kalahari map, the circle tends to go there, and it's actually fortunate and an advantage for our Icon because it's their dropping point, and right now they have occupied the higher spots compared to the other squads who's right around the corners right here. They have spotted all of them most likely, and there you go. As you can see, the circle is still occupying where they dropped, so I think they don't need to move an inch right now, and most likely, if ever the circle goes to their position again, they don't need to move, and they're properly covered as of the moment. There are a couple of squads outside of the circle, so now they're moving in. ITX might battle with our Ego Oblivions.
Yeah, we'll have to find out how will that end between ITX and Ego Oblivions. And Icon, they often get the high ground, but when they need to move out, it's a little bit delayed. I think that is that's what happened earlier on one of the games that they had. They had an opportunity to move early, but they didn't do it. Now, when they move, they have been gunned down the moment they drop in from those platforms. Hopefully, that will not be the case. Hopefully, they'll learn from that. But this is another gunfight that might be happening. AKO Ligers is near Geek Fam. We know Geek Fam already have 4 points on their sleeve, and after they eliminated Vayday Esports, but with AKU Ligers already seeing them, oh, Meadow 4 in there, will be hit, will be gunned down, oh, a miss in there, and if that blue wall was not placed
Yeah.
in front of Toby, that might have been a knockdown from them and an opportunity to go in for a quick rush, but still, thinking that it is not to their favor. AKO Ligers moving away and flanking onto the other side. Hopefully they will be able to get their chance. On the other side, it's Ego Oblivion and Tactical Index going for battle. And here we go, Twinkle in there. Will be rushed by 2, but it's JC Jacob who will be knocked down as Shooks right now undecisive as to where to push.
I think Ego Oblivions are being taken down one by one, and that again is by our ITX. They have 3 kills already, but our WTG might go for a third-party kill coming from that side of the map. Ego Myson, oh, where did that come from? I think that's Yada coming from the right, and he was able to take him fully. And I think we're down to the last guy of our Ego Oblivions, and the rest of the gang of our ITX are already running to that position that he's hiding from. But the problem is there's still one guy from our Ego, and this guy from our ITX might be spotted from another angle.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 teams in there who might be able to hear those gunshots and take targets on them. We have Double PG and Do Easy. Now, if they will not be distracted by each other, then Ego Oblivion, especially for the name of my son, might be taken down, and if Tactical Index goes in for the push, they will be the next target. But I think the case is different because Double TG has already spotted those teams. Now, on the other side, speaking of spotted, we have AKO spotting Geek Fam, and Geek Fam has been taken down with that grenade launcher coming from Toby Cuties. And despite of that miss on the glue wall, they were able to make it up on this push and a good flank. If I read it correctly, they flanked right and went in behind Geek Fam, thus a surprise hit and eliminating this team.
You know what? I now know why they say that grenade launchers are OP at Free Fire. And right now, well, I was actually startled how that guy just went down and taken out back to lobby. Right now, man, Icon is right here, gonna be pushed by the guys of our Axis. Another aggressive squad, and also Do Easy's right here, another aggressive squad that we have for our list. And right now, they're pinned down in this house, and glue walls are just dividing the squad. Blacklist International from afar are trying to get some kills, get some heads out of our Do Easy, but the problem again, WTG is as well in the vicinity. They might take some kills right here. Icon having the triple kill, and Blacklist International Zapnu was able to get some guys of our Do Easy. And right now, will we see a squad wipe? Blacklist International being as aggressive as they were yesterday, and I think they got 2 kills under their name already.
Do Easy right now not looking good because there goes a 2 bad in spade just hiding out. They have view of Double TG on the other side and also will be pinched together or with Blacklist International. Now, I think they just need to be really quiet, not to be spotted, and hope and pray that Blacklist International, WTG, just go by their way and leave them be. And that might be the case as we are looking. Blacklist International with their usual gameplay, they go for the placement, and I'm not just talking about the placement on the leaderboard, but also their placement on the circle. They usually go in onto the side. They assess where the next safe zone will be coming in and then place themselves onto the edge, giving them more opportunity to go and look for enemies. On the other side, Icon, though they have lucked earlier from getting in that safe zone, now that they're out and they were gunning down a lot of teams, they might be the next target when they go down from that sub. Now that leaves to be answered later on. Going back to Tactical Index, I think they're still in the hunt for that last member of Ego Oblivions, and I think they found him, and the pinch is on my son right now. Will be backed grab, shoot for that hit, and there goes Mindset taken down, and Tactical Index taking 5 kills in this game.
Triple kill.
ITX had a good position against that squad, and right now they are trying to. Oh, there you go. I was gonna say that WTG might be able to get outside of that area, but nope, again, not today. Icon is right here, battling with the guys, I think, with Axie's guys right here, the one they were actually looking at a while ago. Mio is right here, popping some shots again, popping some heads, taking the heads of the guys who are Axie's, but right now, 3 guys are down for our Icon, and they're taken out of this freaking game. Oh, man, what happened?
Axis, well, we know. I know what happened. Axis is just so aggressive in there.
Yeah,
Despite who is in front of them, they will go head on. And it's only Neptune that's been taken down right now, and they are in battle against Umbrella Reborn. And not too far is AKO. Now X-Bot is in there going for the rush. Umbrella Reborn right now slowly losing one of each member. iPads is on the other side, and what a great move! iPads once again carrying the whole team in there and eliminating a squad. And speaking of elimination, another team has been eliminated by Blacklist International, bringing their kills to 10 points. We are now left to 3 teams, and Error right now is trying to run away against AKO Likers, but will not be able to do so. They are now left with Toby QTZ.
All right, Umbrella Reborn is actually being taken down, or that one guy only. The rest of the gang of our Umbrella Reborn are right here at the top area, but one guy from their squad is taken down by the guys for Blacklist International, just chilling inside the circle. They are in the middle. Right now, Lux is right here, has a good spot and good angle against our Umbrella Reborn, and the blue zone will be with our Umbrella, and they might not use their own. What in the world? Lux was taken down just like that from afar. Cobra is right here, the fragger for our Blacklist International. He just went inside without any backup, and that actually is a bold move coming from him. Ivans is the last guy right there coming from our. Oh, and I've seen they are taken out of the game.
Blacklist International with 3 remaining members and going against iFans, and there goes a quick elimination by Blacklist International, and no questions asked. Blacklist International is going up onto the leaderboards with this booyah from this team. There are no stopping this team as they jump in to these games. Now, the question is, who will go and challenge them, and will they be successful?
You know what? Blacklist International always fixes their hair after the game. And right now, they really have to, because of that heat moment coming from the 5th circle to the 7th circle. Their momentum started with the circle belonging to them. The 5th circle actually belonged to them. And that is the time where, you know, I can kill this, kill this one left and right. And they were able to do that swiftly and perfectly, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just love how they position themselves into the map. They start off slow, really, unless they really would jump against a different team, and then they always place themselves onto the edge. They know how this works. Well, hopefully every team knows how this works. If you can stay on the edge of the safe zone, you have one less trouble that will be bugging you in this game. All you can do is just use your mechanical skills to be able to gun down most of them, and then just move back into the safe zone and take those booyah. But that have well, for other teams, that is a question that needs to be answered, but not for the side of Blacklist International, because they know how to do it well, and when it faces off on a close counter battle, they can respond quickly.
You know what? Actually, what Blacklist is doing for this past games is it's actually what GeekFam was doing for the first half of day 2. They are good in going for the circle, and I don't know what really happened right here with GeekFam, but anyway, I think they still have 2 more games, right? But then again, Blacklist International dominating this one again, having that momentum and continuing until day number 3.
Yeah, and Danny, I would like to get your thoughts right now. Blacklist International, for their first game of today, they're really popping off.
It had to have been on their best map as well. If anything, they are very well known to be masters of Kalahari, and just to see them end the game, I think it's like, what, 13, 14 kills? From what I remember anyway.
So.
They classic Blacklist. I mean, I think this is them just sort of flexing their dominance and showing that, you know, they're a really big team that you're gonna have to keep an eye out for. And just seeing them play like this, it's like, where were you on day 1 and 2? You know, so what happened during those first 2 days? Like maybe something happened and maybe it was a connection issue, or maybe their settings were wrong. I'm not sure what could have happened, but this is the Blacklist that I was expecting to come into the tournament on day 1. But it's finally happened. I'm glad that we are seeing them play in top form. I'm just wondering, is there anyone that's going to be able to compete with them? Because Geek Fam, again, dropping out very early in the round, not really being able to show that their presence in today's matches. Just typical Blacklist things. I'm not surprised. I'm really not.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the previous season, wherein they really didn't, well, hopefully it doesn't happen wherein they showed up earlier into the league stages and then dwindled down all throughout the rest of the days. So hopefully this continues on, and the Blacklist fans will be hyped every time that they jump in onto the game. Now, Geek Fan, we're talking about
Geek
fans
Fan.
right now, not just the teams. Geek Fan are still looking forward to how Geek Fan will be able to perform and outperform Blacklist International when against each other. Well, let's check out the standings for that previous match, Dan.
Oh yes, look at those delicious points claimed by Blacklist International. 13 kills, 12 rank points. That's
Wow.
going to be 25 points to end the round. Followed by Umbrella Reborn with 19 points, Tactical Intakes with 13 points, AKO Ligers with 10, Axis Esports and Icon with 8 apiece, Egos Oblivion and Geek Fan with 5 points apiece, Do Easy and WTG Expert with 3, Overdose Esports with 1, and finally VT Esports with 0. I have to say, if there's another team we've got to be a little bit worried about here, it's actually VT Esports, because I know a lot of the panelists had high expectations for this team to actually be maybe not a top dog, but a top contender. But their performance so far has been a little bit shaky. Is there anything that you two gentlemen would maybe point out for VT Esports? Like, what sort of happened with this team, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, Beta Esports is really not showing up, especially on that last engagement that they have against them. No kills at all and being eliminated earlier on. So hopefully they'll be able to turn it around. Still have no idea on what's happening with them.
All right, so let's move on to the player data. We've got Phoenix leading with 5 kills and 1,800 damage by himself. Then Ipan's actually going to be occupying the second spot with 5 kills himself and 1,700 damage. Third, we've got Zipnu from Blacklist with 4 kills and 2,000 damage. And then finally, we have Kaz with 3 kills and 760 damage. So, looking at the data, I mean, you guys get a feel, right? It's like whoever is at the top of the leaderboard, they're going to have a player that's going to be sitting on the top 3 in terms of damage, in terms of kills as well. But we're going to be moving on to our next map very shortly. But before that shortly, we're also going to have something else happen shortly. It is called a quick commercial break. Yes, we are going to have a quick break so that you will be able to go to the toilet, grab your snacks, maybe even ring your friends and ask them to come over to watch the final 3 games. But our next game is going to be on Purgatory. And I'm going to ask Horizon here. We're looking at a different grouping here. We've got Group B going up against C. Is it going to be another Blacklist domination, or are there going to be other teams that you think are going to be able to take over?
Based on what they've shown for this past game, I think they might continue the momentum. Most likely, they have, based on the day number 2 as well. They might know already the gameplay that these other guys are gonna get or are gonna do, and definitely later at Purgatory, that it's just another game from our game number 2. So most likely they know where to drop, where this guys dropped yesterday, and definitely they would want to assume that. So
All right.
might be a momentum for them.
All right, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll see you after this for Purgatory next.
Can they address the force? Some of the most dangerous players, even radicals. Yes, from the back, but it won't be. Center gameplay from the side. Oh my lord! aggressive force. Some of the most dangerous players, even radicals. Yes, from the back, but it will be. Center gameplay from the side. Oh my lord!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the MCP Major Season 3. We're halfway through the day, and we have 3 more games to go with Purgatory on hold, waiting for us to return. Yes, it's very few times where you actually have the games waiting for the viewers to return. Neptune, Horizon, we're just about to jump into our final game for the teams in Group B versus C in Purgatory. We've just had Blacklist dominate Kalahari. The predictions so far: are we looking at a Blacklist domination? Just want a one-sentence response from Neptune first, and then Horizon. Neptune.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the agents right there are ready to take the domination. It's possible that they can get another booyah in this Purgatory map.
Horizon.
Yeah, for me, I think it will continue. The momentum is still there from day number 2.
All right, so let's see if Blacklist are going to be able to keep that momentum going and take over this game, or if we could be looking at a potential upset. We have seen a couple upsets thus far this past couple of days. I mean, I think upsets are good, right? It makes the games unpredictable. It makes the results unpredictable, and we can be in for some very interesting surprises. Speaking of surprises, stick around, because I do believe we have the giveaway happening very, very soon. Giveaways? Somebody said giveaway? Yes, I did say giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 boxes to all of our wonderful viewers in just a moment. So don't go anywhere. Could be now, could be later. Who knows? Again, it's another surprise. Yay!
Yeah. And one thing, I mean, they should be sticking here, like, just in case they miss this one, like, all throughout
Yes,
the rest
I
of the
agree.
show, they will be here. And make sure that you redeem it within the show. Otherwise, you might have lose that opportunity. So make sure that you stay with us every time, and also share not just the code, but also the live stream, so that more will be able to see and view and support the teams who are fighting for tonight.
Yeah, additionally, if you haven't already, make sure you're following Free Fire on Facebook so you get more updates as to where there's going to be freebies, if there's giveaways, if there's English streams, because if there's an English stream, there's usually a giveaway as well. Double whammy, you get entertainment and you get rewarded for it as well. I think that's just so cool. So I do believe we're going to jump into our match in just a moment, folks. So we do suspect that Blacklist is going to play a big role in what we could be seeing in this next upcoming game. But do you feel like, just witnessing that Kalahari match, are there any teams that you feel actually overperformed and did very well?
You know what? I've just realized something. I think I now know why our players are very aggressive. Icon had a good vantage spot, but they were not able to take a lot of kills, right? They were pinned down at the sub and they were taken out of the game. So I think in Free Fire, keeping up with the hype with kills is proportional to getting the booyah. But you have to take note the performance of Blacklist International as well. They were passive at the early phases of the game, but on the last phases of the game, they were extremely aggressive. And, aggressive when it comes to defense. The last circle was their turf, and they did not let anyone come in, and that's what made them the booyah, right?
Yeah, I do agree. I think just Kalahari, it's one of those very finicky maps where terrain, it plays the biggest role because there's not much cover. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen people using the hillside as cover because there's no rocks, there's no trees, there's nothing to use for cover. So I was like, well, let's just use Mother Nature, and they just like roll into their stomach and that's it. Because what can you do? You need to be very crafty on that map, especially if you don't have anything like glue walls. I think if anything,
Yeah.
glue walls is the most important on Kalahari out of all the maps.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of usage that you can do. Well, despite of the ridges, the terrains that you be used as cover, you have the verticality that can counter that. So the glue walls will really help you to be able to avoid any gunfights and as well to move around and flank some teams that are gunning you down.
Now, I do believe we're going to be jumping into the match right now. I've got 3 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Purgatory, our final match for our teams in groups B versus C. Let's see if it's going to be a blacklist domination, or could we be seeing an underdog creeping their way through the underbrush? We'll let our casters tell this story. Horizon and Neptune, take it away for Game 4 of today.
Thank you very much, Danley. Once again, our pretty host in there introducing us, and we are here really ready to see the fight that will be happening in Purgatory. Now, the question that Danny mentioned earlier, will Blacklist maintain their position or exceeded that for today's battle? We know where, well, I know where Blacklist often drops off in here. Will they be that consistent to go into the moat house, or will they be choosing a different drop point and probably going in and countering a different team? Now, the flight is straight from the south to the north, from Fire Brigade to moat house. Question is, where will these teams drop?
As of right now, Geek Fam is dropping at Central, while for our ITX, they might drop at Golf Course. But for right now, first phase of our plane path, nobody is together. And for our AKO laggers, they again took Brasilia, just like what our game number 2, what happened to our game number 2. But our Blacklist International, as you've said, they drop at Moat House, but right now they're here to Brasilia, and they're actually exchanging some shots with the guys of our AKO laggers. But right here, Do Easy and our Overdose Esports dropping at the same warehouse, but our Overdose were pushed a while back, and right now Do Easy right here, Spain is taken down just like that by that one guy coming from our Overdose Esports. First blood came from our DE, or Do Easy.
Yeah, Spain is already down, and the rest of the teams need to run away, gather all those resources and loot, and get prepared for the revive or probably the counter against Overdose. Now, Overdose right now, Razy needs to be a little bit cautious. Well, they don't know that Do Easy has already backed off, but they still need to be cautious just in case someone has heard the gunshots and is going in on the other side. Now, let's see how well will this work for both teams. 1 kill already for this side, and each team are already spread out. I'd like to see how the battle of Blacklist and AKO Ligers ended, because they you mentioned earlier that they dropped in the same spot on Brasilia, and that might be another opportunity for a gunfight. Now, Jesbu from Do Easy is on the scout. They run away earlier, but might be seeing Syed in here on this fight against or from Tactical Intex. But I think the lost soul of Tactical Intex will be regrouping with the rest of the teams, and the question is, will they be gunned down or spotted from behind? There you go, shots coming from afar, will be heard but will not make any damage, and Tactical Intex will be able to get away. Now, looking at the map right now, we have Icon on Moat House, who might be able to take down Caps or Cap Z from WTG, and that is another lost soul, a little too far on the drop for the side of Cap TZ from WTG, and the rest of the teams are already on this their move to go against each other. Horizon.
As you can see, AKO Laggers went away from the position that our Blacklist International is taking. So our Brasilia is open for looting for our Blacklist International. But as you can see as well, Geek Fam is very far away from the circle, and most likely while on their way inside, they might be spotted by some more different squads. And right here, Icon at Moat House, I think they don't have anybody with them as of the moment, but I've also seen some shots coming from our Blacklist International, our WTG right now being covered, or they're covering the guys of our Icon. I think as well, Icon is not aware that our WTG is with them. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, they might not be aware CapCZ is a little bit too far from the rest of the team, might not be able to relay that information just yet, but the rest of the teams need to get their position well. It's a good vantage point for the side of WTG, and hopefully they'll be able to get a few hits, a few picks from some teams who will be passing by. But passiveness can be an approach that they can use as well to be able to get more points, as what was mentioned earlier. They are not they ended up a little bit too low on the leaderboards, and as well as from match number 3, they are not that high enough on the kills and the placement as either. So if they'll be able to like make up for the points against Icon right now, but that will be a big question because we know Icon, they are aggressive, and the aggressiveness might be felt by Double TG right now.
All right, WTG Caps got disconnected a while ago, but I think he was able to move in again. And based on that, WTG has only 3 guys right here, and the guys from our Icon are already moving in to the location of our WTG right now, aggressively moving in. I think No Name is just waiting for Wanda to move on his sides, and one might be taken down, but with that jump shot and also a glue wall, he was able to defend himself. Nice use of glue walls right there. WTG's one guy might be taken down, but with another jump shot right there, WTG gave some damage to one, but one was able to take him down, and another guy down. I think Caps again is very far, as what I have mentioned a while ago.
I mean, I wouldn't question that. It's still a good play for them. They were not eliminated. Just in case they are in the same spot, they might have been taken out all at once. But Caps, right here, being too far, it has survived that battle. Now, speaking of battle, we have Tactical Intake going against Overdose right now. Ben is going in for that rush, and Razy is taking down Rosov with that shotgun. Live right now, slowly losing life, but is going against Finn. But there goes the takedown. Only one remaining member from Tactical Intake, and it's a 1v4 situation. Tactical Intake will be eliminated. The first team to be taken out. Not looking good for ITX.
Definitely, that is a murder coming from Overdose. That one guy was pinned down around the corner. Well, for our Vete again, I think they're near this revival vending machine, and I think that's AKO Laggers lurking right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, well, Vete will need to go for a different approach right now. Earlier, they have been gunned down and taken down early in the match. So a little bit of passiveness from Vete Esports will really work, especially for the placement point department. But as we look in the map right now, you did mention Geek Fam getting too far from the rest of the teams, and that might be a problem because they are flanking along on the west side of our map. Now, Blacklist International is also outside and trying to move in, but good for them. No one will be gatekeeping them just yet. A lot of teams are already inside of the next safe zone, which is contradicting to what we've seen previously on the previous matches. So this might be more teams fighting it out in a few seconds, and we'll have to find out who will be taken out first.
What we have seen, there are 2 revive points inside the circle, and definitely that will be an advantage to those who are near them. But right now, here you see AKO Laggers is near a revive vending machine. That's why they're here. If ever some of them gets down, it's just easy to go back. But anyway, they have been performing passively for this game. We're still at our second circle, and we've seen as well 0 kill for the squad. We still have 11 teams. It's quite a slow-paced game for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge map, and it's very slow to go to one point to another, but I think for the vehicles like Geek Cam is doing right now with X-Tag, they are going near against Umbrella Reborn that quick. Now, Umbrella Reborn really needs to be on their toes because Blacklist enters our Geek Cam might be going against them really, really soon, and there you go, Roran right now going in for those grenades. iPad from the outside waiting for anyone, and there goes Error going down with those shot. X-Tag right there will be fended off with a glue wall, but iPad 82 HP being able to survive. No! He'll be going down, and Taz as well. X-Tag is on a roll with the teams of Geek Fam, and they are here to go and come back from the game, and Error will be coming back as well. And it's not yet a squad wipe. Aside from, oh, I spoke too soon, being seen from afar, not letting them recover.
Man, I thought, it was a disadvantage for our Geek fam because their dropping point gave them away. But then again, with their aggressiveness and also their firepower, they were able to take out all of the guys of our Umbrella Reborn. Quite it's actually a superb performance coming from our Geek fam. And right now, Icon trying to get an advantage out of that since our Geek fam is still trying to reset. Icon just took that chance to get the guys of our Geek fam, but I think Geek fam has resetted already, and they're ready to take on the fight with our Icon. With 4 kills already, Zach is being shot at. Man Over is here as well. All right, let us see how Flame will go outside of this area because some more guys from our Geek fam might see him from below.
Yeah, I mean, the flank kings are here. Geek Fam is able to flank away and might be able to backstab Flame on his position. Leaving Vickery in there would be a smart move because the distraction will work in their favor. One might be taken down, and there you go. Flame is already out. Mano Force is waiting for a chance to take down another one, and I think another one means one from Icon right there. And the rest of the teams are just moving, trying to heal up, and the heal will be done in there for Exact, and Icon Flame will be taken out as Vickery is also out of this game. The 3v3 situation that the rush is on. Orin will be gunned down, and not too far behind are the rest of Geek Fam, also leaving the gunshot. Will be eliminated from that game.
All right, Icon here has 2 remaining members for our Geek. They also have 2, but one guy is taken down. Man04 is the last guy standing right here. Icon is not yet thirsting the other guys from our Geek fam because they're still healing up, but they were able to thirst one again. Man04 is still here. We were very excited about that. Man04 is going to be pushed by the 2 guys remaining from our Icon. Wan and Man are right here against this one member. He was shot from that blue wall and might be able to have a clutch. Man04 having that disadvantage when it comes to height, but he has actually a cover, which is an advantage, and Icon is taken out of this game.
A good clutch coming from Mano Warren there. When you did mention he had his advantage in 1v2 situation, right? The mechanical skills as well as the patience that he have. He's not moving that much on behind that blue wall, and he is just waiting for the opportunity to take that man down. Now, speaking of taking down, no one has been taken down just yet for the side of Blacklist International, and they haven't killed anyone just yet as well. But engagement from across might be happening, and if I'm saying overdose that they have on their sides. The Beta Esports will also be in here, squished between AKO Ligers and Axis. Now, Axis, well, we'll have to find out, is Axis still the aggressive team that we love to see, or have they changed tactics, going from a passive approach and then when in close contact be aggressive once again? That is a question right now, and Exact and Vickery will be coming back from the revive, and hopefully they will be able to survive the drop and gather around with their teammates.
Well, as you can see right here, Geek Fam is the only squad inside. Ego Oblivions is as well inside, and Zach might spot that one guy. I think that guy's disconnected. Do Easy is at the edge of the play zone, and right now, I don't know what Geek Fam is doing, but they're roaming around the circle, and right now, again, Axis is still battling with the guys of our Vete, but it's a good thing right here, there's also one squad right here giving a cover for our Vete Esports, but right now, Overdose is with the guys of our Geek Fam. This one last guy standing with 0 kill. Will he be able to flash? Asap received some damage, but he's taken out of the game as well. Geek Fam eliminated, having that 8th spot for this match. 6 kills for our Overdose. Vete Esports might have been taken out from afar.
Yeah, well, it was Blacklist International who took them down, and well, Beta Esports not looking good. Earlier, we saw McCrory in there with grenade launcher, and on the kill feed, I thought that is the chance. That is what they're waiting for them to really move up. But Blacklist International is in a role in stopping anyone from taking over their spot, and I think we're getting close to see another one, unless another one of this booyah from them unless Overdose or other teams will be able to gun them down. And speaking of Overdose, Pin and Phoenix is right in front of each other. The rest of the team are already gunning them down. Oh, the boy had that opportunity, but will be taken down from behind. Toby QTZ is the only one remaining in this team of AKO Ligers, but going across this ridge, we'll have to find out if they will be able to survive.
I think this is the circle that you're waiting for. It's a big
Yeah.
body of water which is occupying our circle. And right now, Overdose is pinned down at the other side of this area. Blackness International might be taken out by the guys of our Overdose, and that is what's happening right now. And this is actually what you're waiting for, Neptune.
50-50 water in there. AKO Ligers will be eliminated. Over already have their position. And there goes Blacklist International. Oh, staying put. And number 5, that is Overdose. Like killing all those agents and preventing them from moving in. Axis right now, the aggressive team all spread out. Cobbs has an opportunity to go and flank against Ego Oblivions, but they can also be backstabbed by Do Easy at some point. And Overdose are the only team who is in the circle on the next safe zone. And as the alarm rushes in, or like march them in, they need to rush in onto that area where Overdose is already waiting. And the waiting game, especially for the side of Overdose, really is proving effective against the top teams that we are seeing right here.
We're down to the 4 teams right here, and these guys are batting uphill, and they might not be able to get inside anymore because, again, our Overdose esports are there. Axis stops the last guy standing for our Axis, and they might have been able to take out all of the guys of our Do Easy, but Too Bad is still here, and nope! Don't you go away from me. That is Too Bad, and he's really too bad right here.
Yeah, if I'm mistaken, this is a 1v1v2 situation. Pin is pinned down behind that rock, is being naded by JC Jacobs, but will not be hit just yet. Too Bad will be the next target, and there you go. Too Bad will be taken down, and Mysan will take that elimination. Now we have a 1v2 situation. Will Pin be able to get away from this situation? Probably bouncing off on 1v1, but no, you will have to wait inside the pin, and there goes Overdose. Overdosing from adrenaline and taking the booyah in this game. And there goes match number 4 going to Ego Oblivions.
Man, it was a very good position for our Overdose esports, but it was a manpower they lacked with that. All right, that's Ego Oblivions again, taking the booyah for this match.
Yeah, I mean, really good to see those teams from the middle, almost at the bottom of the pack, really hyping up their game, like upping up their game, moving closer to the top 12, and they ended the top 12 from yesterday's game. Now, with this and also the movement that have been done from the first 3 games, hopefully they'll be able to maintain their position as well as secure their plays. Though there's plenty of days that they can recover, but having a good placement already for this week of the league stages, then you'll be able to rest easy, and as well as have plenty of time to like try out different tactics or all of the tactics that they have on their playbook. If you have a good position on the leaderboards, then it will not be that pressured or not difficult to be able to use other tactics.
You know what? That last guy from our Do Easy, I think, did not have any idea that there are the guys of our Ego Oblivions. That's why he's taken down. But if he knows that information, he might have taken some cover, through some glue walls, and he might have been able to survive until the last circle. But then again, Ego Oblivions, I think, took time, and really, this is when we say patience is a virtue for that squad. They have won that one with patience.
Yeah, I mean, they were patient enough to wait, and well, being patient, it really doesn't work that much for some of the teams because they were patiently waiting for the next safe zone to close us in, and I think most of the teams has been eliminated because of the safe zone. But let's see what Danley has to say about that previous match, and well, the stoppage of the Blacklist International. A Booyah reign is in there as well.
If anything, firstly, congratulations to Ego Oblivion. I think they just did so well going into that final circle. But I feel Pin's pain. I feel his pain. He was literally in the perfect spot to potentially take the game for his team, but it's just he couldn't land those shotgun shells. I'm just thinking, what kind of an ending would we have if he was able to get that one body shot, right?
Yeah.
Turn it into a 1v1, and then all of a sudden you're forcing Ego Oblivion to be the ones to have to run in. You know, it could have been a completely different situation, but unfortunately for Overdose, it's second place is still good, right? It's not terrible. You're still getting placement points. They still got I think they had decent kill points as well. So if anything, I'd be happy if I was Overdose. Like, you didn't need to participate in that bloodbath. That was the hill. I think that hill is coated in everybody's blood because they were all just running down the hills going towards that river. But what a game though. That was a fantastic way to end the group for B versus C as well. So that's going to be the end for Geek Fam, right? Geek Fam, Group B are done for today. Our next matchup is going to be A versus C. But before then, let's take a look at the standings for the match that just concluded to see how many points everyone ended up getting. Now, of course, Ego Oblivions, the champions of that round, will end the round with 19 points. They had 17 kills to their name. Overdose Esports, yes, second place, but they had 9 kills. So they were literally 1 point away from actually tying with Ego Oblivions in that top spot. Next, we have Axis with 13 points, Geek Fam with 12, Do Easy with 11, Blacklist with 10, Icon with 8 points, AKO Ligers and BT Esports with 7 points, WTG Expert with 2, and unfortunately for Tactical Intex and Umbrella Reborn, 0 points for both of these teams. Man, if there's a team I kind of want to talk about now, it's Umbrella Reborn. This team is... I kind of feel they've got Do Easy's hot and coldness happening for the team, right? It's like they have great games and then they have other games where it's just they unfortunately get eliminated first with nothing. It kind of hurts actually to be somebody cheering for Umbrella Reborn because after a day one performance, I actually became fans. But anyways, let's take a look at the overall standings. We've played 4 games today. We've got 2 more to go. Geek Fam, unfortunately, were not able to reclaim first place even after playing all 4 of their games. Which means there's a chance that Todak is going to be able to take over that second spot. And I'd even argue, okay, Overdose, are they in the same group as Geek Fam? I think they are.
Overdose is in Group B. Yep.
Yes. Okay. So Overdose are also done and dusted. Umbrella Reborn, they're not going to make a move. So that's going to leave basically everyone in groups A and C to potentially climb the ranks. Man, I was hoping Geek Fam would get more points than this, but a bit of a disappointing day, unfortunately, for them.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't able to repeat what they did previously, wherein they just popped off. They just went in on top. But, well, for the likes of Blacklist International, who's just doing most of their best in there, well, they secured a huge amount of lead against all these teams. And I mentioned about the lead being able to be favorable for them, especially if you have plenty of plays on your playbook, and they'd be able to try it out.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the other end of the bracket because we also need to see who is making top 12. And it looks like Ego Oblivions, they've actually just managed to scrape by and lock in 12th spot. But they're not safe, but this is good news for the team. It means it's still within reach. Although we do need to keep in mind, right, AKO Ligers and Orange Esports, these 2 teams are actually really close to being able to take that spot away. So I think Ego Oblivions, they already know who's going to be their rivals for the next coming weeks, right?
Yeah, and one more thing that I'd like to point out, Vivid Esports still not doing that well, despite of having 1 Booyah. They have been left in there in the bottom half of the pack, but going into the MVP data right now, Danny.
Yes, the MVP data for the match that we just watched. So topping the charts, we actually have 3 players with 4 kills apiece. We have Razy GG from Overdose, Xbot from Axis, and Exact from Geek Fam, all 3 players with 4 kills each, and about 1,200 to 1,300 damage. Then in 4th place, we have JC Jacob from Ego, who is able to get 3 kills himself as well. So we're not really looking at anybody hogging all of the kills or all of the damage this round. It seemed like it was more or less an even spread across these teams. But gentlemen, Group B are done for this week. Yes, that's right, folks. We've actually had our first week already concluded for one of the groups. B is done. If you're cheering for any of the teams in B, you're going to have to come back next week to see the rest of their matches, because A versus C are going to happen right now. They still have 2 more games to go, and we're going to see a change in that leaderboard. Let's start with Horizon. What kind of changes do you think are going to happen? Because we already know that these players in Group B, their numbers will not change these next 2 games.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for the other guys creeping in for the 12th spot. But then again, I have to take note. Blacklist very passive gameplay did not work because of the circle. And again, circle's prediction. You have to know where the circle might pop out. And that, again, leaves that decision to the in-game leader, right? So the decision making and also the prediction is actually very important in this kind of tournaments.
Speaking of tournament, it looks like we've got the code to give away right here, right now. So as you can see, we're giving away 2 Winterlands gun boxes to all of our wonderful viewers. This is courtesy of Garina to say thank you to not only playing Free Fire, but also tuning into the English broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the matches and accept our kind gifts as a token of our appreciation. So make sure you claim the code. You can share this code with friends as well. This is not just a one code to share with like 20 billion people. Everyone that types in the code will be able to claim the reward. Unfortunately, I do believe this code will expire, so make sure you share this ASAP and tell your friends to claim it ASAP as well. Otherwise, it will become invalid. And best of luck to everybody opening the boxes. I hope you get the skins, right? Everyone's aiming for those skins.
Who wouldn't want those skins? I mean, a little bit of flair when you fight, and battle in style.
Everybody likes being fancy. Hey. All right, so we're going to jump back into Kalahari for our 5th match of the day for teams in groups A versus C. And it looks like we're going to start in 25 seconds. I want to hear some predictions from you, Neptune and Horizon. Who do you feel like is going to be the teams to look out for? We know Blacklist are, I wouldn't say kings of Kalahari, but they are well versed in Kalahari. Are there any other teams that you noticed that perform very well on Kalahari?
I don't know, because like some teams that we are expecting, usually when we say it, are really not doing that well. So I don't want to
just say it. Just say it. Don't hold back. Just say it.
Let's go, Axis. Let's go, because my name is there.
Interesting. Horizon.
Right, for me, it's actually AKO Laggers and Umbrella Reborn, but I am not sure if these guys are still playing for now. And I think not. But for the past games, they were performing exceptionally well.
All right, I'll pass it over to you two for our 5th game of the day. Take it away for Kalahari for teams in Group A versus C.
All right, game number 5 will again be at Kalahari, the map covered in sand, a very complex terrain where our 12 teams will battle again for the Booyah. The use of this map's utilities will definitely increase their odds of survival, but the question is again and again, will they be able to? Let us see here for the 5th match of day 3, and there you go for our flight path. It's coming from the south going to the north, and we have seen a lot of droppers right here. Ego with a lot of guys right there. Todak, and again our Do Easy. And again, you have to take note that Do Easy is very, very aggressive, but right now on our screen is our Bloody Heads and as well our Axis, the one you're rooting for. Neptune, you're here.
I don't know if I should root for Axis anymore, because they're face to face with Bloody Heads, and Bloody Heads really is in a roll. They really have have they have been consistent, and there you go. Too Fast GG has already been taken down. Bloody Hands have been consistent in their gameplays and as well as their position on the leaderboard. So if Axis will be able to counter that, that should be done just right now. And there you go, Neptune going in for a double kill right there. And if I'm not mistaken, there's only one more member remaining for Bloody Heads alive, and Axis might be really trying to make their mark, but Cobbs in there really being taken down. Mark right now is in here just waiting for the chance, shots after shots from afar, and that takedown might be an opportunity for him to be able to gun them. Oh, there goes Mark for that jump shot from below up above. There is no stopping him right now. Cobbs has been picked up and has been recovered. Neptune right now is going in for the backup, and the push is on. A 1v2 situation, Horizon.
1v2 with Mark again from our Bloody Hands as well. Our Axis duo guys right there. One guy was revived actually, and that again will be an advantage for our Axis esports right there. Cobbs is just waiting for this guy Mark to go inside, but Mark is as well waiting with a shotgun. I think it's still a waiting game for everyone. Mark just used his utility, and he was able to get that advantage away from our Axis. Let us see how Mark will utilize more of his abilities. He might try to go away, but he's actually just here trying to loot some more, getting some more weapons, and again taking that high advantage with the ability that this guy has. Mark just took this one, and I don't think Axis might be able to spot him soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very high position for the side of Mark, and smart move as well, because Axis will be looking for him and will try to gun him down. But hopefully, I'm just hoping that the gunshots that they have done earlier will not attract any like unnecessary attention to their side, because even with this side for the side of Mark, he can easily be spotted from afar.
Yeah.
So if that is not the case, then Mark should be safe and will be let go by Axis. And Axis also needs to move in and recover the teammates that they've lost. And if they move out, Mark might be able to survive, and hopefully also doing the same thing on the recovery side. But looking at the map right now, we have a spread out teams for this map, and like what we keep saying, the elevation of this map really makes it difficult for you to run from compound to compound. And if you miss a spot, probably a drop, you might be ending up in the crosshairs of everyone else. But the crosshairs is in there, and Mark finally has been spotted, and it's not yet over for Bloody Heads and Axis.
But right now, as you can see, Orange Esports is as well in the vicinity. It might be good for Bloody Head's Mark because he can be actually covered by this guys of our Orange Esports. But then again, his position is already spotted, and throwing some shots, he's revealing his location from those other guys of our Orange Esports. But then again, I think our Axis Esports really want to move out so that they can get a better view of Mark, and that's what they're doing right now. But as you can see at the top right of our screen, top left rather, our Do Easy are already here. So they might as well be battling with BH Mark, or might Mark be able to revive his teammates, because I've seen some vending machines right around the corner. But right now, Mark has to focus on his behind because the guys from our Axis is there.
Yeah, I mean, Axis, for the likes of it, they've already collected all those cards. Is now moving in and guarding the position of Mark. Now going in, speaking of guard, it is Ego Oblivion, and guarding them is a Do Easy. There goes Twinkle from the hands of Ubad will be taken down, and Maisan is trying to cut down Trip Shots on the other side. So this is a split between three teams trying to battle it out. Right now is trying to take down Jason Jacobs, and not just trying, they are successful in doing so. So, if I'm counting correctly, there's only 2 members remaining for the side of Ego Oblivions. Oh no, there's one. It's only Maisan right now, and well, we keep seeing this. If you do good in one match, the following match usually you end up at the bottom part of the leaderboard. So hopefully we can take out that curse from these teams.
All right, you've said it. And Myson might have to wait it out until some more guys are away from him. But right now, he's sandwiched by the guys of our Do Easy and as well as our script shots. And most likely, script shots are looking at the area where Ego Myson is. And right now, right here, Do Easy Jesbu is battling with some guys. And as you can see on our minimap, they have a revival point right here. They can revive one of their teammates. And I think that's what Do Easy would want to do. They want to not let the other teams revive their members.
Oh, Myson right now is being rushed and spotted quickly by Too Bad, and I think it's a gunshots coming from Script Shot that really lured them in. And Script Shot is in here. Have Do Easy back in the corner, and on the other side, we're seeing also other engagement. But Script Shots is really scripting their shot on to Do Easy, and what can they do? They're stuck in that one small compound and they were not expecting a lot from afar. That is a script shots. Now, looking at the map, once again, EWG, Eastern Wolves Gang is going for the long flank against Tactical Intex. Will Tactical Intex be able to defend themselves right here on that area of the map? And also, we have a Todak that is also close on their side.
As you've seen, BH Bloodyhead's Mark is still able to survive, and Axis Esports was able to go outside of that area. And that, again, might be because of Orange Esports, because Orange Esports was at the vicinity. But right now, they had one kill right here. EWG is taking damage from the circle. And right now, they are against our ITX. Monito is right here with 3 guys on his front. And I'm not sure where his teammates are already, but he's now going to be pushed by this guys of our ITX. EWG are right here being pushed. Monito on his right. There's one guy right there. He's taken out one guy of our ITX. Monito having the dome. He was able to take 3. Will he be able to take out all of the 4 guys of our ITX? But Sian is very far away from the guys of our ITX and he's now running. Will he be able to? I think not. He just went back just to take cover and away again from the guys of that other squad, EWG.
Shad runs, yeah, you need to get away and survive to be able to recover your teammates. But Eastern Wolves Gang is really the wolves in this game. The Predator trying to gun down and finish off Tactical Intex from this match. Now, it will be a long run for Tactical Intex. I mean, you won't be able to come back in there and also being chased. Oh, JC with that snipe, finishing them off. And if he happened to have found a little bit more cover, he might have survived and, well, throw off some of those guys from Eastern Wolves Gang. But that will not be the case, and I don't think Eastern Wolves Gang will also let that happen. Now, looking at the map, Script Shots is still on the guard against Do Easy. Not quite sure if Do Easy have any plan on getting away from this area, or is it just a waiting game? But speaking of waiting game, one thing that we have been waiting for is Veda Esports really going in for those kills, and we have a hard to get. This is a Filipinos against Filipinos battling each other. Shadow, if I'm not mistaken, is the only one remaining for hard to get. And McCrory, Let's Go, and Damon is on their way to gun him down.
Fuji's last guys right here being fought by the guys of our Vede, but he was still able to take that one guy down. But nope, there is one guy behind him. That again is McCrory taking that. Oh, I think that's Let's Go taking that one kill again away from our H2G. Our circle is here, gonna pop out anytime soon, and there you go. Just went inside the middle of our last circle, and as you can see, only Do Easy. Oh man, there's also our script shots and as well our Blacklist International in the vicinity. So this 3 squads might be pushed by all of the other squads. As you can see, we still have 9 teams, so that is 6 teams pushing to their location. Blacklist International on their movement. They're moving to the east side of our circle right now. Todak might be battling with our But Do Easy. Well, for our EWG, they're being spotted as well while moving. OE is as well here in the vicinity already. So I think this is the start of an all-out war here for our match number 5.
Yeah, all out war indeed. Now, Axis, an aggressive team, has already made 3 kills for their name, and they might be going against Orange Esports in a moment, but going against Todak will be, or going against Do Easy will be Todak. They are getting near to their position. So, not quite sure if Script Shots is still waiting for Do Easy to make a move, so that will be a 3-team battle. But speaking of battle, Beta Esports being gunned down by Blacklist International, as well as another team in here, Orange Esports, going against Axis with Goku will be taken down. And there goes Blacklist International going for long shots from their position. And Orange Esports has also lost one of their members. Axis slowly moving into the position of Orange Esports, and Orange needs to move into the circle as well if they want to get a gatekeep or a better position against Axis.
You have to laud the push of our Axis because they're pushing so much that our Orange Esports were pushed back. They were actually, what happened to Script Shots? They were holding some positions and they're now eliminated. But let's focus on this one. Axis is right here again, pushing to the location of our Orange Esports. But then again, they are outside of the play zone, and most likely later on, the blue zone is going to cover them up. The blue zone is already shrinking in, and that again will give a lot of pressure to these teams. Both of these teams are still outside of the circle. They can actually go outside because there are a lot of squads behind them. Blacklist International is with them, but they are busy with another squad. But right now, an engagement with our Axis using that blue wall just to deflect the push of our Orange Esports. They're covering all of the open spaces of our Axis, and let us see. This is the blue zone that we're talking about. They're still inside, so they're not being pressured by the blue zone. But then again, Blacklist is here in the vicinity. Axis is still there behind, right? Or below this guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, Orange Esports was able to secure this corner, and lucky for them, they had that corner, and Axis has no way just yet to go against them, but a grenade probably would be useful at this point, and Axis might be spotted by some of the teams as well from the other side. So Neptune slowly making his move, trying to go up and using your teammates as a false, but Neptune will be taken down by Cobra from afar, and that's when you take a lot of time trying to go against this team of Orange Esports. You will be spotted from afar, and that is Blacklist International already focusing on them.
All right, that's what I'm talking about a while ago. Blacklist International might be able to third party, and that is what's happening. Although they are inside the circle and they might be busy with some other squads, they're focusing on the guys outside. This is the best time to get a lot of damage and kills. And Zapnu is right here. Although Phoenix is damaged, he's now healing off. Zapnu again is giving a lot of pressure towards our Axis, but our Axis is still very busy with the guys of our Orange Esports. And there you go, they're being taken out one by one. But what happened? From the left, our Orange Esports was taken out of the game. That is Neptune, brother. 3 kills right there.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, they have been eliminated, and well, they are already in the corner. They have been battling against Orange Esports earlier, and Blacklist International already have spotted them. So the only thing that they could have done earlier is to flank probably to one side and to avoid both Orange Esports from above and Blacklist International from afar. But focusing back onto this game, Bloody Hand has been eliminated. Finally, Mark is now out, but the placement is good for him, surviving for that long. Blacklist will take this roof and will try to gun down Eastern Wolves gang. Beta Esports will be eliminated by Mancha in there, and Kodak Apex trying to gun down the Spade of Do Easy, and Ames is being healed up for this game. And let's see if all 4 members of Todak will be able to survive and battle against the rest of the team. Do Easy will be taken out. It's now left to 3 teams remaining.
All right, right here, as you can see on our minimap, no one is inside the next circle. So that I think the advantage will go to whoever first goes inside that circle. But right now, Blacklist International is very busy with some other squad right here. I think we have 3 squads remaining. Zapnu is taken down and might be revived soon. Todak is right here, moving inside the circle. This is the advantage that we're talking about. Todak taking this opportunity, and right now, Blacklist and EWG are battling right now. Cobra was able to take one guy down from our EWG, and they're now going for the push. 6 kills for the squad, and might register another 3 under their name. I think that's already 9 EWGs taken out of the game.
Yeah, this situation right now is usually the Blacklist International has the spot wherein they are inside, but they are on the other side of the story. Now, Blacklist International needs to make their move towards Todak, but Todak is just waiting for them. One Phoenix has been taken down already, and it's still a 3v4 situation in favor of Todak. And will they be able to survive? It's happening with losing a few HP. Grenades being thrown by Todak, and there goes another takedown. Now left to Cobra, and Cobra on 1v4. This is a good clutch if he will be able to do this, but a very difficult position for him. Cobra right now trying to run away for this fight, and I think the backstab might be happening. There goes turnaround, but Cobra trying to survive and will be taken down. Todak going in for that Booyah in this game.
Congratulations to our Todak for taking another booyah for the series.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the chase is on for the top dog.
Yeah.
I mean, the top 3 from yesterday, from earlier as well. I mean, it is a chase. It is a chase right now, and Todak is not backing off. They really want to go in and take their spot on the number 1 place, and both taking down Blacklist International. Also, taking their tactic right there is a good way of showing that they can do it.
I think Todak just mentioned or said, Kalahari is ours. To our Blacklist International, they were able to take the the last circle. That's why they won it, man.
Yeah, I mean, its statement can be shown really out of this game. Like, well, we have seen a lot of gameplays, a lot of expectation has been set already. Well, hopefully, those teams that are not doing well, we are just asking you guys, when are you going to switch it on? When are you going to switch on those gameplays to be able to catch up? Because we like, so far on our leaderboards, there's it's top heavy. There's a lot of points already from the top, and it's spread out for the rest of the groups. So we just like to see a little bit of a closeness between the gaps between each placement, so that it will be more exciting, especially for those in the middle as they go and race for the top 12.
You know what? As well, Todak was at a momentum when they started taking down the guys that were Do Easy. And knowing that Do Easy is already out of the game, this very aggressive and also a very good squad, it gives you the confidence of taking out some more guys. And with that last circle, they were able to again firstly go inside, and having that SMG with Cobra as well. I think it's a disadvantage for our Blacklist International.
Yeah, let's see what Denali has to say about that fight, and especially that win by Todak.
It was a very good win for Todak. I really like the way that they actually were the ones to get to the circle first, because it was such a crucial one as well, because there was only one compound within that circle. So because they had the defender's advantage, it was just really hard for Blacklist to even get there to begin with, right? So they just picked them up as they were coming in, and then like one Cobra versus 4 people. No, I just don't see that actually happening. So I'm really glad that Todak are really solidifying their position in the game though, right? They were able to take out Blacklist in the process. They got a lot of kills as well. So I actually think we're looking at a potential contender for that first place. Like Blacklist, yes, they're there, but if Todak keep playing like this, I don't think they're safe in first place.
Yeah, I mean, for the top three, is like I mentioned, it's a chase between this three. It's more of just who gets the best out of like each group that they're going against. And yep, you were right. Todak is on their way. They've been consistent from the first two matches that they went in, and if they do the same for the next match, then there might be another one on number one.
Yeah, I think if anything, we definitely need to keep an eye out on both Todak and Blacklist for the next match, right? It's the final game of the day, it's Purgatory, and these points could be the deciding factor as to who is going to be in first place for today. And this is really important as well, right? Because this is literally first week done and dusted. But before that, let's take a look at the points very quickly. Todak end the round with 20 points to their name. They're going to be very happy with those 20 points. Second place is actually E-Wolves gang with 19 points. They were able to secure 11 total kills during the round. Blacklist, although they finished second, they actually end up in third place because they didn't really have as many kills to their name. They had 16 points, followed by Do Easy with 11, 9 points for Axis and VT Esports, 7 points for Bloody Heads. Orange Esports end the round with 6 points, Hard to Get and Script Shots with 3 points apiece, and unfortunately Egos, Oblivion and Tactical Intex end the round with 0 points. Bit of a turnaround compared to the previous game, right? Since Egos Oblivions, they just got themselves a booyah and then they sort of fumbled this fifth game.
Yeah, there's a certain story that is happening between Umbrella Reborn and Ego Oblivion, so hopefully that will be not be the case for the next games that they're going into.
Well, a bit of a difference between all of our players here, our top 4 players for the match. We've got Jace from EWG with 3,000 damage and 6 kills to his name. So definitely topping the charts in terms of damage. But if you take a look at Pedro, Arthix, and Neptune, is that you?
Yes.
These players didn't really hit 1,000 damage. So it seems like damage was really spread across the board this round.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more of the communication and the coordination of those, like Axis and Todak, compared to EWG JZ, who is really making a lot of those damages. And well, like what Horizon usually say, that might be a plan that has been provided by the in-game leader, and let's just keep him going for those hits, and then the rest will be the support for the team.
And keep in mind, guys, it's actually pretty late in the evening as well. It's 10:20 at night for us, and I'm very sure the time zones are the same for the players. Yeah. Horizon, if you're one of the players and you've been playing, I think all these teams would have played 3 games now. Would you be feeling a little bit tired? Do you feel like fatigue is going to start being a factor for this final game?
I think for new players, because for this kind of pro players, they have participated in a lot of scrimmages, and definitely they are well versed. I think until 8 games per day. I'm just not sure if they've slept late or woke up very early today. They might be fatigued already. But then again, these are pro players really doing it for their team, for their country, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's sort of like sipping on a coffee now, you know, like most people are getting ready to go to bed. This guy is like, I'm ready to get up. But this is a pretty important game for some of these teams because you really, really need to still stay in top form. Like, it doesn't matter what time you're playing, you want to accrue those points to guarantee that top 12. Speaking of top 12, just from what we know right now with these teams, is there any team out there that you're worried about that might not make top 12?
Well, for me, from what I'm seeing, Veda Esports, it's a little bit hazy for this team. Like I'm there's a lot of expectation. I don't know if probably that has pulled them down, the expectation going against the reality, but hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully they have something on the back pocket that they can pull out later on, like probably half of the league stages, but it's not just coming up right here.
Any teams for you, Horizon?
Actually, for me, it's Umbrella Reborn because for a while they're doing good. For the next, they're doing bad, and they're actually sitting at 13th spot before we've started this day, and I am not actually sure how that fares out right now.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk about how the team they have a bit of a hot and cold run. Gosh, I think we use this term a lot so far for some of these teams, but very hot and cold, right? We've seen them secure really brilliant booyahs, and then there are other games where it's like, oh, they're gone. You know, it's like, you know, where did they go? It's like, where did you come from? Where did you go? Oh, they're dead. Oh, Cotton Eye. It's terrible, but I really.
That's great.
No, sorry. But I do hope this team and all the other teams that are a little bit hot and cold, they pick up their form and are able to stabilize their performance, right? Because I think that is a key part in being a professional team, being able to consistently maintain your performance.
Yeah, I mean there's also a matter of the map changes as well as the group changes, especially for the side of Group A, wherein they go in hot first few games and then take a rest, then jump back in on the last two matches. So if there's a momentum already going on, it will be ended unless they have something going on behind the scene apart from the competition.
Looks like we're going to jump into the game in 5 seconds here, folks. It's our last game of the day for teams in Groups A versus C. Who's going to take the crown to end this weekend? It's time to find out as we fly into Purgatory Horizon. Take it away with Neptune.
Yeah, and here we go. The final game of today, for not just today but for this week. So thank you very much, Danny, for that. And Horizon, are you ready to witness this game wherein there might be a lot of changes on the leaderboards, or especially when it comes to number one?
Right here at Purgatory, we're actually expecting some guys dropping at Brasilia again, but then again, that will depend on the gameplay that their team would want to take. If they want to have some kills early on, or they would want to be passive, they have to stay at the outskirts of our map here at Purgatory again. It's day 3, week 1. And we're seeing the plane path right here. It started from campsite going to Marble Works, and we've seen a lot of players dropping hot. There you go. Our Bloody Heads is together with our Axis going to the blue zone where a lot of high tier loots are. And right now, I think Axis went there first, moving or telling our Bloody Heads, go away from our zone.
Yeah, I mean, with that, we a repeat of what happened earlier. It's Bloody Heads and Axis once again. And the question is, who will go down this time? Will it be a reverse, or will it still be Axis surviving with all 4 members? And here we go. It is Kaloy who has been already gunned down with 52 HP, and I don't think there's any chance for him to heal up just yet. They need to find cover and to find information as to where Axis are. And Mark is going for the distraction tactic using that vehicle as well. If he will be able to survive, then he will be able to redeem their teammates once again. But nope, the regroup will be happening, and no loots for the rest of the teams as Cobbs of Axis has already spotted them.
All right, Marcus right here with the guys of our Axis, 2 guys in front of him. And again, this is the problem with the positioning of our Bloody Heads. They're always pinned down at warehouses. This actually happened also with our game number 3, if I'm not mistaken. And right now it's happening again. Morgana is damaged, Kaloy is damaged right now. Shanks is taking shots as well. And that again is coming from our Axis Esports. E-Wolves gang, on the other hand, or on the other area of this map, is battling with some guys right there. Again, Bloody Heads and Axis are now being pushed by each other, taking some shots. Morgana is taken down by the guys of our Axis. Shanks might be taken out as well of the game. Too fast, GG. Will this be a GG for our Bloody Heads? Mark is flying right there, and he might be taken down, and he's taken down just like that.
Yeah, long fall coming from Mark. It's now left to Kaloy right now. Kaloy has no choice but to fight. But there you go. Once again, Axis got the best of Bloody Heads. And on the other side, we have Hard to Get going against Orange Esports. And the question is, who will be going in this fight? 3 members only of Hard to Get is being seen on the map. And we have full squad coming from Orange Esports. A flank might be happening from this team. And here we go as Dekos tries to go around and might meet Shadow in the path. And there goes the gunshots coming from the others who are fighting it off. in this area trying to regroup will be Dekos, and we have the three-member squad of Hard to Get trying to fend themselves against Orange Esports, but they are split up and split up very, very bad because Aris might be hit and taken down by all the members of Orange Esports who are in here, and no backup is happening just yet.
Dekos and Shadow might not know that they're actually near each other, but right now, Orange Esports is taking down some guys of our Hard to Get. One kill already registered under their name. Again, Shadow must be spotted by Dekos, and there you go again for that jump shot. He was able to deflect that one. He was able to take him down, but then again, the guys from our Orange Esports are already here. One last guy, if I'm not mistaken, and our Hard to Get is already taken out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they have been easy at that point. It's not hard to get anymore. They were taken down easy, and Orange will remain Orange with 4 men remaining and 4 points as well. On the other side, Beta Esports, and as we mentioned, a lot of expectation from this team. Hopefully, they will be able to stand to that expectation. And here comes the flank coming from Damon. Will the backstab work at this point? There goes Damon for the hit against Maisan, and another team another member is being chased and gunned down. Twinkle trying to get away from the situation, probably to survive this fight and revive teammates later on. But Twinkle's being gunned down, the same as happened earlier from Mark. But Twinkle is a little bit too far and will be able to survive. Ego Oblivions is still not out just yet, but Beta Esports was able to get these skills and finally will be able to move up with those 3 points in their team.
Vete taking that momentum away from our Ego Oblivions. Twinkle has to stay until the final circles because he needs to save a lot of placement points for the squad. Script Shots is right here with the guys of our Tactical Intellect, and they are now being pushed by the guys of our SSZ. Going out in the open, Jumbo is right there with that taken down as well by the guy of our Tactical Intellect, IDX. There you go. Rose is right here with the one guy of our IDX blowing down that blue wall. There are 2 guys of our SST throwing shots towards this one guy of our IDX is taken down as well. And I think the other last guy for our IDX is very far from this area. And as you can see, here at the position that they are now, there is actually a vending machine where they can revive their teammates. So we start, I think, IDX will lose that one kill that they have and might be able to revive the teammate of our last squad that we saw.
Yeah, I mean, Shad right now is the I think it has been assigned to always survive, but there you go, being gunned down by Do Easy. I mean, he went in a different direction, but straight into the hands of Do Easy. And once again, we'll have another team taken out. We're now left with 9 teams, and Do Easy still maintaining their position from the previous game that they played in this map. This is, if I'm mistaken, this is the same position that they have. They will just be waiting and probably hoping for the best to be able to get that booyah at this point. Passiveness from the side of Do Easy, a little bit surprised, but will this work? A different tactic? That is a question. Script Shots, on the other hand, another question for them is, will they be able to survive from outside of the safe zone as they go in a little bit too late compared to the rest of the team?
Right now, the circle shifted to the northwestern part of our last circle, and right now we're seeing another shift, and there you go. It's occupying the space or the area occupied by our right here being shot at by the guys of our script. Again, they were able to revive 2 of their teammates with that 1 kill with our ITX. I think it's not more counted. And right now, Kodak, I think they've lost their momentum, and right now they will need to go outside with the guys of our SSD. And Kodak is right here without any kill, and they might be able to rebut with the guys of our SSD again.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I mean, Todak was able to go past grip shots and overtake them as they go in onto the safe zone. But with the gunshots that has been fired already, they have attracted the attention of Blacklist International, who will be coming from the bridge, and Aphex has been taken down already. There goes the rest of the team trying to run away and avoid any engagement. They need to move fast, otherwise they will be in a battle against two teams, and Cobra will be in a rush trying to run them down, and distraction really worked as Cobra was able to help and take down another. Spark and Pedro is now running away, grenade in hand, and Cobra still remains to roam around, just strolling and chilling like a villain.
Cobra enforcing some traffic rules right there. He was able to take down one guy from that squad of our Todak. And well, for our SSE, they might have moved inside. And for our UG right here, Monito might have to move away because they're being shot at as well. But again, the problem is there are a lot of people in the vicinity, and his vehicle might blow up anytime soon because he's now going to the position that our SSE is now taking. Monito going to the defense of our SSC, and he might not be able to survive that. But then again, let's go to our Todak, Spark, and Pedro right here. They were able to go away from our Blacklist International a while ago. So what happened? Blacklist, I think they prioritized getting inside the circle because the blue zone is already moving in. It's already going to be the third circle, the third phase of our game, and there are only 9 squads. Quite a fast-paced game that we have right here, even though it's the biggest map for our Free Fire competitive scene, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's probably because this is the last game of today and for the week, so they really want to catch up on the points, especially for those who want to go in the top 12. I mean, a little bit of a breather can be taken if you have secured your place in the top 12 on this first week, and then you can always as I keep saying, you can always regroup afterwards and then review and do use other tactics. But if you're at the bottom of the pack, it's either you lost hope, hopefully not, it's either you lost hope or there will be a lot of pressure coming into you because there's a lot of jump that you need to do to be able to get to the top 12. But speaking of top, earlier we have Ego Oblivions, who was able to get to the top but now has been eliminated, and we are now left with 8 teams. And as we look in the minimap, Do Easy has already secured their position, same spot as earlier. Will they be contested at this point, or will they be able to get the booyah in this game?
I think we're going to see the part 2 of the battle between our Kodak and as well our Blacklist International, as they are battling right here inside the play zone. It's near the vending machine where I think Kodak is trying to heal up their teammates or revive their teammates. But the problem is SSC is already here. Rose and the rest of the gang are being nated by the guys of Park, but he's taken down as well. We're down to Pedro, the last guy, last man standing for our Todak. They were not able to get any kills from this map yet, and they might not be able to get anything because the guys of our Blacklist International as well, again, our SSE's taken them down.
Yeah, I feel very bad about Pedro right there. I mean, going solo and stuck between 2 teams, there's nowhere to run. But there's no running from the side of Blacklist International as well as First Shot as they go head to head. Zapner right now going in for that shot, but EWG was able to go for the hit against this team, and Shahid is being gunned down by Zapnu, and the pickup has been done as well. Rose will be taken out by Zapnu, and Jumblu will be going in for the pickup. Now, will they be still going head on against Blacklist International, or will they be backing off? But no backing off. On the other side is Orange Esports that will be eliminated from this game.
Right now, I think there's no backing off anymore since this is almost the last. As you can see on our minimap, if they ever go away right here, they will be battling with our Do Easy, and I think it's going to be mayhem as well, knowing that the gameplay of our Do Easy is very aggressive. And right now, again, SSZ was able to revive one of their teammates right here at the vending machine, and right now, John Blue, they were actually pinned down by the guys of our EWG and as well our Blacklist International. Shahid is trying to, I think, How will they ever go out right here? Blacklist International very aggressive as well in defending their warehouse. It's not. I mean, with this warehouse that they're taking, normally it's the area that's being pushed, but right now they're being pushed by the guys of those who's inside the warehouse, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, Script Shots is in a very bad position, and I think the flank is being done by Blacklist International right now, trying to gun them down before the circle, the next safe zone closes in, because they want to get that out of this area that quickly. And there goes Cobra for the hit against Rose, and Jumplu will be eliminated right now. It's now left to Shahid, and I think Shahid will be left behind because in 24 seconds they need to move in the circle. And knowing Blacklist International, they want to prioritize on positioning themselves first compared to getting all those kills. But if I'm not quite sure if that will happen, because New Easy already have that, and EWG also have a good position as well. And earlier we've seen Script Shots has been hit by Manchai from afar, and unfortunate for them, well, giving Blacklist International a chance to go in onto the next safe zone. But EWG right now is going in for that push. Spade gunning them down, and Do Easy really have a good position, and all they have to do is wait and shoot.
This is actually your premonition. They are again over a body of water, and right now Blacklist International is pushing the guys for a Do Easy, but I think the position of our Do Easy is very much an advantage for them, because they can spot all of the guys of our Blacklist International, taking some guys down. FedEx might be taken down as well. One guy from our Blacklist International with a rebot against our Do Easy. Spade was taken down, and Mine is taken down as well. We're down to the last guy, Cobra. Is this another? Will our players right here give Cobra a second chance? Because as you can remember, Blacklist Cobra was the one who's as well the last guy a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to say because we have Beta Esports on the side. We have EWG and Do Easy as well. And as you know from my voice, I am smiling right now. That is more water than land on the next safe zone. And Axis is in there, has a chance to swim. Well, will they be able to swim? That is the question. And this is a good gift for me as we are ending up a final circle near water. Just want to see how well these teams are going to play it out on like a few meters of water and more of, or a few meters of land, and more of it is water.
Yeah. And right now we're down to 5 teams. Beta Esports is right here, pressuring the guys on the other side. But the problem is, again, they have to swim to the other side because the circle is there. And right now, Do Easy is right here, and they are eliminated by Blacklist International Cobra. I think they gave Cobra the chance to get that squad wipe.
Yeah, I mean, Cobra right now really giving out the sting. And EWG right there trying to gun him down. And the Blacklist has been taken out by JC. It's now left to 3 teams remaining. Oh, one Beta Esports has been taken out. And here we go. EWG, JC is now knocked out. Full MX and Monito are the only 2 remaining from this point against Axis. And Cobb will be down by the zone. And they're swimming into the next play zone. Who will take the win as EWG has the advantage, but Full MX has fallen. And Monito is the only one remaining, trying to use this boulder as cover. And here goes Neptune, right like the Roman god to see, moving in above the waters, slowly pushing in against EWG. And here we go. We have Neptune right now going in for the flank. Monito will be waiting, and there goes Eastern Wolves Gang being taken down, and Axis Esports for that booyah.
The long-awaited booyah coming from our Axis Esports Club right there. They were able to take the last booyah for this week. Again at Purgatory.
Oh my
and
goodness.
these guys are dancing.
This is what I love to see. I mean, that's the player reaction. Definitely. I mean, if you're happy about your win, that is what you do. You dance it off. And Axis Esports, congratulations for taking that booyah in this game. And it's really coincidental. They are on top of the water. It is Neptune, the Roman god of sea, who went in against that fight. And
Man.
oh my god, I couldn't ask for anything else to end
I'm
off
sure,
this
man,
week.
you got chills with that.
I got
Sure, you got chills
goosebumps.
with that. Knowing that that's Neptune and he's over the water, taking out those some guys moving inside or moving behind that big stone. Man, I know you got some goosebumps right there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is such an exciting final fight that we've seen right here. Apart from what we have wished for, what I have wished for, like final circle on top of the water. A lot of teams has already moved up. Earlier, I thought maybe esports had good advantage to go in on that battle as well, but unfortunately, for that final moment, they have been like the final circle, final safe zone is a little bit too far from them, and they have to cross it out. And a lot of teams already have their position because they have been gunning down both Do Easy and Blacklist International. But one thing I could say is Blacklist International Cobra, who was able to go and eliminate Do Easy at that point, and given that he is going solo, and oh my goodness. But unfortunately, EWG just gunned them down where we were left with the final moment.
You know, for a while, I thought EWG was going to win that because they had the land where those other guys are going to go to. But then again, the what do you call this? The supremacy of Neptune is there.
The sea supremacy.
I want to hear what Danley has to say about that.
I don't know if you heard, actually, I just said the sea supremacy because it just makes sense with the whole like water supremacy. But I think that was just a fantastic way to end the day. I'm really glad that we did get a very, very water-heavy final circle. I mean, you are asking for it, Neptune. Your name also implying it as well. I love seeing it as well, just because it's just so different compared to Kalahari and Bermuda, where it's just land circles, right? Like, you can't really go wrong with those two maps. But going in for a bit of a dip, that was a great way to end the day. Very unfortunate for Todak, though. You're right, especially for people cheering for Todak. They're probably thinking like, okay, maybe there's a chance that Todak can overtake Blacklist. But I think with how that game ended, the chance of that happening is going to be much, much slimmer.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. And at some point, if we ask, we are not given. It's just that we just need to ask more on the upcoming days. I mean, we have seen. What I'm excited is finding a new name on the Booyah board. So that's just one thing that we've also asked for. I think it's 3 checks for me for today.
Definitely. But then again, you have to laud the performance of Cobra, right? He was able to do the squad wipe.
Yeah, you did manage to get the squad wipe. Very quickly though, let's take a look at all the stats that we have before we take a look at the main leaderboard. So Axis Esports with their Booyah are going to take home 25 points for their final game of the day. They got to be very pleased with how they secured that round and ended the week. Eastern Wolves Gang though will end the round with 18 points. So yes, they got second place, but not too shabby performance from them as well. Blacklist International, on the other hand, will end up in 3rd place with 16 points. BT Esports with 15, Do Easy with 12, Orange Esports and Script Shots with 8. 3 points to Todak, 2 points to Ego Oblivions and Tactical Intex, and then finally Hard to Get and Bloody Heads will end the day and also this week with 0 points for their final game. Gentlemen, it's... I feel like this hurts. I was cheering for Hard to Get, especially after their day 1 performance. But then after day 1, we didn't really see that much after.
Yeah. Well, let's see how well did they do on the overall.
Tell me if you're going to be surprised. First place, we have Blacklist International with 177 points. And way ahead of Todak, who's sitting on 146. That's a 31-point difference. Am I right? Is my math is right here? Oh,
yeah, that's right.
I have to go back to school anymore. But that's a big gap, though. After, I want to say, 1 play day.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Yeah.
gap wasn't that big beforehand. The gap was what 10 points from
10,
not
less
even
than 10.
Yeah, not even 10 between Blacklist and Geek Fam. And now take a look at where Geek Fam are. They're now sitting in 4th place, 129 points. Still not too shabby, but I think we were expecting more from Geek
Yeah.
Fam today.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't perform that much at this point. That they were pushed down. Todak, on the other hand, was really consistent with their games. But here's one thing that surprised me. I was not expecting this, that Axis Esports will be moving up this high onto the leaderboards with just
Yeah.
that booyah. But the consistency that they had, especially on the kill department, is working for them.
Yeah. Very quickly, let's take a look at the rest of our top 12 teams. Yes, 12 is the most important number, as you can see. Eastern Wolves Gang in 5th place with 128 points. Do Easy with 122. Overdose Esports with 116. Bloody Heads with 111. 109 for Hard to Get. 107 for Umbrella Reborn. 106 for Icon. And finally, for top 12, we have 96 for Orange Esports, which leaves Ego's Oblivion, VT Esports, AKO Ligers, Script Shots, WTG Expert, and Tactical Index as our bottom 6 teams. For those bottom 6, you've got to be a little bit concerned because, yes, it's only 1 week, but you really want to make your mark for that top 12 if possible. But before anything, let's just move on to player data very quickly. Cobra is going to be the MVP for this round with 5 kills, followed by Xbot from Axis, Manshai from EWG, and finally Neptune, our caster/player, in 4th place with 3 kills. But let's talk a little bit more about the leaderboard before we close out the show. Were there any teams that you feel that sort of were a bit of a surprise for all of you with their final performance today?
All right. For me, the last game was for Do Easy. They're only 2 kills shy away from Axis Esports, and definitely that last circle was nasty for them because they're occupying the second to the last circle. And if the circle went to their spot, they could have belonged to the top 5 for this overall standings.
Anything to add, Neptune?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movements that have been done, and yeah, a lot of disappointments, as mentioned by Horizon. They should have been able to go for that top 5 spot, but unfortunate for them, that really didn't work out.
Yeah, so we do have the team data just sort of flashing on the screen here, but I want to sort of direct your eyes to the total revives. You have 5 on Blacklist, 14 on Todak, and 6 on Axis. So we're already starting to see which teams are really utilizing the revive function. So Blacklist, they're not so dependent on revives, whereas we've seen Todak use it. But I also think Geek Fam are one of the other teams that really utilize that revive function. Do you feel the fact that Todak, they've started to master this whole revive system, that they've managed to make it this far?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, that's also a factor wherein they can utilize and also use to their consistency. If you know how that works, especially since it's new to everyone else, then you will be able to get ahead from the rest of the teams.
Anything to add, Horizon?
It's actually their dropping points. They actually drop at the revive spots, and if ever someone goes with them, they'll just get that one guy and revive. That's how they do it. That's why they got a lot of revives.
Yeah, we could be looking at more teams maybe targeting those revive points, because you would have to assume at this point there's going to be a team there potentially. Not only camping for themselves, but maybe just to sneak up on a team that's looking to get a revive. We've got a lot of stuff ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen, but Neptune, Horizon, thank you so much for casting today. It was an amazing show. That's going to be it for this week. We will see you for next week. So come back next Friday for some more Free Fire. See you later.